and they kind of told me that they prefer to remain in YouTube. You know how some people prefer certain platforms, right? And yeah, they say that the thing with Twitch, for example, is as a streamer, that, let's say, quote unquote fear I have sometimes is, you know, that I kind of like go like doing some dramatic stuff, etc. And I was thinking of, for example, doing a dramatic reading of Fear and Hunger. I'm sure you know the game Fear and Hunger, and there is this part, like this ending, where it says, like, the god of Fear and Hunger says, "Why do you resist? Surely the thought must have occurred to you by now that this was going to be a one-way trip," etc., etc. And the model disappears, and it's like gradually, like a transparent version of the model appears in the center, like it is the model himself saying these words with echo, etc. And if it were Twitch, I kind of stopped thinking that all of that will be interrupted by a TTS speech, say something like LMFAO 7777777777777. Just yeah. It is pretty funny. Yeah, yeah. Hello? Okay. Hi. Salve, salve a tutti gli amici. Salve, salve. Come stai? How are you? How are you? Okay. Sorry. Oh no. Hello. Hi, hi, hi. How are you? How are you? I hope that you are all having a wonderful, amazing day. Now, one thing that I would like to apologize beforehand is I might sound a little nervous, a little shy at the start. But you know, one thing that I always try to keep thinking when I am like this, Uh, I am sure maybe some of you are familiar with the story of with Miyamoto Musashi Tono, one of the great figures in Japanese history. I read his instructional book, Gorin no Sho, the Book of the Five Rings, and no, that's totally okay. I, that's true, Whipton. If you go to back to the 15th century Japan, like nah, you're dealing with a hardcore otaku. but, but there is a part where he says something like um, some students might say that swords are difficult to wield, or something is difficult to do at first. But everything is difficult to do at first. Swords are difficult to wield, bows are difficult to pull. It is only through continued practice and through continued action that one attains the familiarity with a tool. Or even more or less like something kinda like that. So, thank you. No, and a big part of getting better at something implies accepting that you're not going to be good at the in the first 6, 7, yeah, 10 times. Yeah. Mhm. Oh, hmm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, my apologies. I'm afraid not. Hmm. Yeah. No, no, it's good. Damn, okay. It's totally okay. It's totally okay. Hmm. Yeah, the ones that make it, for example, to Mount Olympus, etc. It's kind of an interesting combination, especially when you see sometimes the combination of. I am sure that this person, for example, even when he was sitting in the bench, he was watching very intently, and he probably also had like a very intuitive understanding of okay how these things work, etc. And he was able to get into how to say it into the heart of the matter. Okay, so basketball in essence is about this, and but it is really when you get to the combination of We can say, for example, give or natural understanding or um, natural inclination toward a certain ability alongside with the opportunity to really bring out that ability when you get like you say, some of the greatest examples of humanity. For example, in the case of music, in the case of Johann Sebastian Bach, he actually did come from a family of musicians, very, from what I understand, very skilled musicians. So from an early age, he was someone that already was part of a musical background, and the fact that he was able to nurture that talent from such an early period, and that he was so incredibly good. Like for example, like you mentioned, this basketball player made for nurturing an environment multiplied by incredible drive and natural talent equals historical character. And I genuinely do mean historical. For example, in the case of, we are going to be talking probably in the stream about a little bit about Alexander the Great, and there is a reason why even millennia later we still remember his name, or why we talk about him in such terms, because he really was all that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, so that you had to build a castle, yeah. Hmm. Bueno, grazie mille. Thank you, thank you. Ok, wait, wait. Salve a tutti gli amici. Io sono, I am, Halconiis de Buonarroti, Michelangelo Stream Flicker. I am generally speaking a comfy and relatively safe, relatively safe, a very safe streamer who enjoys doing voice acting, music, and generally seeks to provide a cozy and reconforting ambience to his viewers. I, like Ruadh, also I also love literature, history, and reading, but my passions especially lie in voice acting and playing story based games. Mm, if I would say like the essence of what I want to be as a VTuber is that the light that illuminated Michelangelo or the genesis of history is also your light. That that you are a genius too. Mm, yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, I forgot the phrase that I usually use. Let's find. Let me see the beauty that lies within yourself. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Grazie, grazie mille. Actually, I'm a bit curious about something. Does the top hat show when I apply here? Or yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wait, I can pull a rabbit out of my hat. Thank you. Okay. Hmm. YouTube. YouTube. Yeah. Buonarroti. Buonarroti. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah, 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 especially lately. For example, people seem to really like the Coffin of Andy and Lele streams. It's fun. It's pretty fun. It is pretty fun. It can, if, for example, either you or your audience, for example, can be like a bit uncomfortable with certain dark topics because the both of the characters are kind of abusive to each other and a lot of dark stuff happens. It can be kind of an interesting story. It very much is a dark romance, but if you can stomach that, then it is a genuinely engaging story between two deeply troubled individuals. But people love the toxicity. People, girls love Andrew Graves. I was absolutely amazed when I heard so many people say like, "Oh my God, Andrew Graves is so hot," etc. Which it's funny because except for the obvious thing that you shouldn't relate to Andrew to, my personality relates quite a bit to that of Andrew Graves, of just having to constantly worry about something, having to constantly survive, etc. So I think that's why for me it is so comfortable to play Andrew Graves because I can get into his mindset quite a bit. But in some ways he's also yeah, yeah. This is this is my seal for being a bunch. I'm gonna be covered in assets. You know, one thing I'm thinking of for the future is you see how nowadays on Video Studio you can pin items below the layers, right? And so obviously the eyelet layers are above the eye layers. I want to paint on Krita eye socket, like an ended up eye socket. So that way, if a character loses his eye or something, I can have the painting of the eye socket below the eyelids, but above the eye. So that way, if I also paint like a bit of blood dripping out of the down the eye socket, it can seem like the character recently lost his eye. Uh, yeah, yeah, and you know where the inspiration it can be kind of like a terror stuff, but because the inspiration actually does come from a terror game. I don't know if you will have if maybe you played Thief of the Thief franchise, literally called Thief or Thief the Dark Age. Mm, it's kind of a yeah, it is like the essentially the Doom of stealth games. Like it is more or less the first stealth game ever. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I will say spoilers for people that haven't played a 94-year-old game or a game made in 94 or whatever. But I mean, it's terrible. How dare I? But without getting into too much spoilers, like there is a moment where one of the important characters loses his eye. And that's where I got the idea. Oh, okay, in that level, I'm gonna try and have the character, the model also seems like he lost his eye, and also voice act like, for example, like, God, my eye, please. Or for example, really acting like if the character will have dealt with. Thank you, thank you. I kind of try to get more into the Chuni voice acting thingy. Jesus, that's poke. Okay, everyone use your Twitch redeems now. It's time to poke Ruadh. And uh, you know one thing that will also be cool to do with OBS? Sometimes I get way too greedy for my own good. But there is a plugin for advanced mask. An advanced mask essentially means that, for example, if you had a source color, it doesn't need to be like a square. It can be, for example, round or an oval, etc., etc. And use advanced a round advanced mask of like black dark to reflect kinda how the character's limited vision. So for example, maybe like half of the screen is like a dark circle or something like that. Or maybe, for example, a dark circle with 90% opacity. So you can kind of see what is happening on the other eye, but it still looks like to actually reflect what the character's vision is like being impaired because of having lost his eye. Because I do apologize that we are jumping so much without actually getting into the topic. So sometimes I just get like a little distracted. Thank you, thank you. One thing that I don't want to say that I didn't like with Freedom Hunger or Freedom Hunger 2 is that sometimes they don't necessarily express just how devastating actually losing a body part will be, or how limiting it will be in different. different yeah. Really? It can be difficult, yeah. Yeah. Oh, oh no. Yeah. It's just free bleeding. It doesn't worry about infections. Doesn't worry about shock. No, 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 none of that. Just like, ah, I just got my head. Yeah. This put a scratch wound. But good night. Had a wonderful sleep. Uh, but but that is the thing. Oh no, I forgot what I was going to say. So, go ahead, please. No, no, no. Uh, yeah. I think we should move in a bit. And then I'm going to try and buffer back my memory if there is like something else that I wanted to mention. I think it will be mostly that. Sometimes I get like a bit too greedy, but just the idea of giving the people the experience of something that unique. Where I want to. No. You know what I did want to mention. Another thing with that level, for example, is that. If at one moment you see a statue, you know that speech from Shakespeare, "Oh, you men of stone, had I your eyes or your hands to no, had I your eyes, I will cry out a yell such that heaven's pot itself shall crack," and try to adapt that super tragic soliloquy part to the predicament of the character, which is lamenting the fact that he no longer has an eye, that his life is crippled now. Ironically, we talk like kinda sorta a little bit about this in like Fantastic Mr. Fox, when Fantastic Fox like laments the fact that when he lost his tail, yeah, and he laments that he will never get it again. In his case, partly because it was a children's book, and now that I think about it, Roald Dahl would probably have been a little bit familiar with friends of his losing body parts. I think that he would have been in one or another war. Mm. Yeah. I'm just not thinking about that. Yeah. But in the book, of course, it's a book for kids, and it's foxes don't really or cats don't really use their tails for much. So it's not something that was actually limiting for his life. But yeah, essentially, I wanted to. Hmm. Okay, okay. No, no, it's totally okay. All right. Yes, yes. I will now read the little description I have prepared. Then it was, thank you, thank you. I will apologize beforehand. The speech is not quite as poetic as I would have wanted to, but it's kind of what came to my head. So yeah, exactly. Yes, yes. It's, we are going to aim way too higher than our musculature allows. Yes, no, no. We are going to aim much higher than our neurons allow. That is true. Okay. Pericles, guide me. Or wait, Athena, please grant me wisdom. Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's. That is perfect. My Telado Zeus, guide me. All right. Now just two more phrases in English, and then I'll be ready. This verily for we are such a stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a slip. And oh, Loretta, you've been playing on the roofs again, and you know your mama doesn't like that. Right? Okay, I think I get it now. That's from the Beatles, by the way, like their final lead concert. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are going to read a few historical texts, which, alongside being the record of human fates and errors, are the sightings of genial sparks that transcend the boundaries of eras and geography. But they are not purely the fictional invention of superhuman character. They were people, like you and me, who had mistakes and doubts. But some of them strove to draw out the endless light and capacity for glory that was in them. Uh, yeah, I think that you reconnected. Yeah, yes. Oh, oh, right, right, right. Thank you so very much for. At least someone mentioned that on my end, your voice wasn't heard. Can you speak now? Apparently, yeah. Mm, I think it's actually that I set my Discord call to um the yeah, 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 yeah. If you could speak for a moment, please. Okay. Yeah, the Discord cult is indirecting to to the OBS for some reason. Yeah, yeah. Apparently it isn't. Yeah, most likely. Let's try and see if monitor. Okay, so
I'm gonna check how I do it again.
most likely
I
it is.
think,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
I think I just use a. Say, let me check what it's called. The name of that. I use the application audio capture, and then just set it to Discord, and usually that works.
In in my case, for now, I set the. Oh, right, 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 right. But wait, that's right. If I set the monitor as, I think I will do it as you say. I am going to set a source here, and for audio capture, because Discord is a newer application, it shouldn't have a problem um, working with.
Check to make sure that like all our sources and stuff are working, but something
Excuse,
always falls
yeah,
through
yeah.
the crack.
Yeah, yeah, small time streamer, please understand. Please understand. But thank you so very much, Miriam Messi Channel. Also, grazie mille per venire a questa trasmissione, Miriam Messi Channel. Grazie, grazie. Thank you so very much. I was not sure if anyone mentioned prior, so my apologies. No, no, no. Instead, I should thank you. Thank you so very much. You make the light shine in my eyes. Thank you. That'd be a little bit more sweet if it wasn't like Jan signs.
I like that. That's cute.
Thank you.
It's money signs. It's like, ooh, a follower. They can give me money. You'd be like the Monopoly man.
Yeah. But for some reason, okay, it should be Discord. Now it should be doing the audio capture, but for some strange reason, it isn't. Let me see. Okay, Discord. Predetermined sound. Or I know what I can do. Actually, I just need to change the monitor in OBS itself. And that way.
Okay.
Yeah. And monitor audio. Can you please try talking now?
Yeah, sure thing. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Halconiis. I hope your OBS works properly now. Can it hear me?
No, for some reason it can't. It's like it is not direct in the channel. If it's okay with you, could I restart Discord and let's see if that helps the... Because there is a possibility that Discord got confused.
It just hasn't captured. Yeah, it just might not have captured it properly.
There's
That's
a
fine.
possibility.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, I will be back in 1 minute. Okay.
No worries.
So close session. And now I'm gonna end the process for Discord, so that way there's no underlaying thing in here. Okay. Where is Discord? I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. Please, sorry. He is there now. Have a beautiful day. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I hope you had a wonderful, amazing day. And again, thank you so very much for letting me know. The sound went again. Yeah.
How we doing? Are we looking good?
No, for some reason it doesn't. Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, it is picking on Discord call. Sorry. Yeah, it is picking Discord call.
So is it picking up just my voice though, just to be on the safe side, in case you're getting like duplicate audio? It shouldn't, because it should only be my voice on the Discord, but...
Yeah, I think it should be only picking your voice. I'm gonna confirm it here. Yeah, I think it should be only picking your voice.
Oh, I'll just like keep talking for a second, just to be on the safe side.
Yes.
Oh, I'll just like keep talking for a
second. Yeah, it's okay.
I can hear myself. I can hear myself for a second.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, no, those were my loudspeakers. They were not the audio. The audio is working okay. Yeah, sorry. I had a bit of a bone moment, and I kept looking at the desktop audio instead of the separate channel for the Discord call. I kind of forgot that limiter that OBS will place it as a separate source. Okay, so I'm gonna place a limiter here at minus 10 decibels, and now a compressor here for 20 decibels. I will go fixing up the audio as it goes. I don't really think that noise reductor will be necessary, because you will presumably have some level of noise reduction on the thing. Yeah, okay. So for the
are we
time
good
being,
again?
that is okay. Yes, we should be good again.
All good to go? Excellent. All right. We back.
We are.
Oh yeah, I know he was silent already.
We are
It was just
so
while he
bad.
was dealing with while he was dealing with Discord issues, I just muted real quick. But yeah,
Yeah.
if you would like to do the little reading, I
Yes, yes, yes. That's it. Zeus grant me strength. There is nothing impossible to him who will try.
it's so tuney. I'd say at this stage just go to the actual like description of what we're gonna do because we had a slight delay.
Yeah, yeah. We are going to read a few historical texts, which, alongside being the record of human feats and errors, are the sightings of genial sparks that transcend the boundaries of eras and geography. But they are not purely the fictional invention of superhuman character. They were people, like you and me, who lived and had mistakes and doubts. But some of them strove to draw out the endless light and capacity for glory that was in them. That power, that potential, is your legacy too. You are them, because that means to do good lies within you. Those vices and virtues are yours to commend as well, simply expressed somewhere else. Culture is the best truth about us code in metaphor to see outside the filters of our own lives. And it will not be possible to do so today without the company of someone I hold in very high esteem. It is rare to find someone in Beethoven who treasures classical works and reading as much as Ruadh does, and that makes him a great treasure. So,
I wasn't expecting this part.
thank you,
Wait,
Ruadh,
hang on a second. Hang
for
on a
giving
second.
us.
I wasn't expecting this.
No, but it is true. Like, it genuinely is true. It's so rare to find someone that like loves literature and loves classical works so much. So I genuinely am so. It's embarrassing to say like this actually, but I am actually so happy to know you. Like, really, really. Thank you
Oh,
so
that's very
much.
sweet. I'm happy to know you too, Halconiis.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so
Pleasure.
cute. That's so cute.
So thank you,
Thank
Ruadh, for
you.
giving us this opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Concluding this little speech, I would like to do so with one of the central myths of Greco-Roman mythology, which underpin the roots of our common culture. King Heracles became a god at the end of his life, and his divine side transcended from his mortal remains to achieve his divine seat on Mount Olympus. Thus, he was worshipped as both a mortal hero and an immortal deity. Mayhaps armed with the knowledge of the spirit of your ancestors, you can walk forward, calmly in the knowledge that you can eventually discard your biases and embody the great achievements that within your soul are meant to sprout.
Nice. I liked that. Clap, 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 clap. Patchy, 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 patchy.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Actually, I think I should have one here. Um, that's strange. Right? If I'm waiting, here. Sorry, I think something on a Steam pop up. Yeah, excellent. It is working here. I will say, however, that I am personally, I am kind of unsatisfied with the last paragraph because it is not quite exactly what I meant to convey. I am
That's
not very
okay.
familiar with the myth of Heracles, but essentially the idea is that all the glory and suffering that he went through in his life, all of the amazing things that he did, were able to convert him not
To
just into a
godhood.
human, but into godhood. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And
I'm not too familiar with that one myself either.
yeah. I'm myself not like very familiar, but I think essentially that like Heracles at the time was like how we will like view Jesus today. Uh, okay, like a central figure of the religion
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the Greek
He was
people.
sort of like he's sort of like the thing to strive towards
Yes, the greatest
for them
example
back
for
then.
people to the greatest moral example. And
Very cool.
this might be a bit of a unusual way to look at history. Ironically, what little I read about the Thucydides kind of reaffirmed this vision. History is, in some ways, also the recording of human mistakes. And what do I mean by that? I mean it in the sense that I see things such as conflicts and wars not only as the opportunity for glorious feats or the opportunity for glorious things to be done, but as the ultimate expression of human mistake, as the ultimate expression of unreason and discord. This girl, yeah. The fact that people could not get along so much to the point that they literally had to resort to clubbing each other on the head for it.
Bonking
Yeah,
goes back so far in our ancestry.
yeah.
Some Darwinian evolution. Some guy picked up a rock and bonked the other guy, and it worked. And
And
it's been
he's
downhill ever since.
it's been very downhill ever since. And the hope is that maybe someday as humans we can like see, oh man, we see those so many of these mistakes and cruelties and errors that we have committed, and maybe one day we will be able to, through any means possible and through as much suffering as it will probably happen, uh, just like
Not
Heracles
have.
had to discard, to not have, yeah, had to discard his previous skin once he was set to die, to discard as many of these bad things as possible and strive to live up the good things about ourselves. Of course, such ideas can probably veer kind of dangerously towards utopias of transcendentalism or transhumanism,
Absolutely.
etc. But generally, I try to guide myself through a more, well, I don't want to say the word religious, but to a more spiritual lens of it, in the sense of maybe to the great dedication to divinity or to the good things, we will be guided by the hands of providence and divinity to
That's very
do
interesting.
something great.
You, I think you might like one of the to give a brief explanation on what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be looking at some works that we just liked, we thought were cool, we thought we might have a bit to talk about on. So that can be writings, that can be poems, and we're just going to read through them. We might ourselves read them and kind of give our own interpretations or just areas that we might like about the story when we hear it for the first time or why we chose it. And one of the ones that I was going to do was a poet by the name of Gerald Manley Hopkins, who I studied a small bit before. When I say study, it was like studied in school. But he had some poems that I really liked, and a lot of his poetry. He had a bit of a depressing period. I think it was the end of his life wasn't very good for him, and his poetry
Sorry to hear that.
takes a very dark turn. But he was a Jesuit priest, and the beginning of his works, where I think some of the really interesting stuff is a lot of his poetry is around nature, but also in seeing God in nature and how it. And I think looking back now, as someone with a better understanding of at least some of Christian theology, how that theology ties into a lot of how Hopkins himself is probably looking at nature to
Yeah,
understand it.
yeah, because that is a very important thing sometimes with historical things. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Oh yeah, that happens. Hi
Class,
Haru.
please don't group the
Haru.
professor while he is giving the lecture.
Thank you, Sochi. I do apologize, Halconiis.
No, it's totally okay.
Sochi
It's
has
totally fine, don't
requested that
worry.
I do push-ups. So
Okay. No, no,
you
yeah, yeah.
can, if you would like, what would you like to start out with, actually?
Maybe we can start with a little bit of either the poem, the poet that you mentioned, or a little bit of Shakespeare. One of the short Shakespeare speeches, or soliloquies, I guess they will be called. I was
Yeah,
for
I'd
a
be down.
moment,
Yeah,
yeah,
would you like to do the out brief candle?
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
One
and I'll go down and do push-ups while you do it.
in
While
the
you
meantime,
explain it.
yeah, yeah. Excellent. One thing that for a moment, a very brief moment, I considered was, oh yeah, maybe we could read Beowulf in the stream, but like, well, maybe on one of the modern translations, because have you ever seen? I'm sure you've seen like the original text of actual Old English in Beowulf. It genuinely is unrecognizable
Oh, I haven't.
as a
No.
language. It's
I won't
unrecognizable.
be able to talk for like a few seconds while I go do the push-ups for chat.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. Good luck, good luck.
introduce the poem, maybe Macbeth as well,
Yes.
and kind of what's happening around oh, sorry, not the poem, sorry, the soliloquy that you chose, and why.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to talk about it, if anything jumps out at you.
I will. I will. Good luck with the push-ups.
I thank you.
Yeah. Now, I will admit, I am not very familiar with a lot of Shakespearean work, but from what I understand, this section, this part, is approaching the end or the final act of Macbeth, when his castle is being besieged by by his enemy. Um, before this soliloquy, he is being told that the queen, his bride, has died, and what I assume is it was at that moment that he knew he was essentially doomed, that the destiny had decided that he would be defeated by by this conspirator, by this usurper. The tone of the tone of the poem is meant to be bitter and dark. It's meant to be a very, very someone that is absolutely lamenting the destiny that has now been set before him in the spirit of the greatest tragedies of Greek theatre.
Okay, I'm back now. I did my push-ups.
Very well done.
I hate chat. How dare they?
Okay, okay. I will admit, maybe this is a bit too curious for me, But how many push-ups?
I just did 20. I
Wow.
usually do more, but I got like a weird twinge on my elbow there.
Oh,
Probably just like because I've been doing a lot of manual labor today already, so I'm tired.
yeah. It works up your arms.
But
Yeah.
I figured out a different I positioned my arms slightly more to take the pressure off it, so I could finish off the push-ups.
I must say, I'm actually quite surprised. You really are a warrior. 20 push-up is no small feat.
It's a good base mark. Trying
Okay.
to improve cardio at the moment, but anyway. Did you give them a good primer on the Shakespeare?
Kinda. I will admit I'm not very familiar with Macbeth. I mostly know the little poem. But okay, I guess I should start, right? Just one moment, please.
Take your time.
Thank you.
Macbeth was something that I also studied, and I actually think it's a really cool story. There's a lot of parts of it that I do enjoy.
Really, really.
I don't remember any of the quotes as well as I did back then, but I did like it.
Okay. One. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. Creeps in this petty pace from day to the last syllable of recorded time. Another yesterdays had lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and forgets out upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Patchy.
Thank you, Ariato. Thank you. There were a few bits of the reading where I was kind of unhappy with the enunciation, especially, but I think at the very least the pauses were they were very good in allowing the words to really breathe. Because
I
of
do
course,
think it's the type of part where you should slow down. You should definitely like it should be read kind of slowly,
yeah,
because it's Macbeth really kind of reflecting on his now kind of deterioration in his view of life and how things are dragging on. You know, the tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Everything's the same for him. He's lost any sort of
yeah,
love of life through his
yeah. It is
actions
not
that
a
he has
happy day
done.
for him. He very much is, and yeah. And one moment, please.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was sneezing. I try to mute my microphone whenever I'm sneezing or making a non-idle noise.
I try
Especially.
to as well. Sometimes though I forget to, and Chad either gets a big dad sneeze or a little pixie sneeze.
That's cute. That's adorable. But yeah, no, of course, when we see a lot of these big Shakespeare soliloquies, we sometimes quote unquote forget, or maybe we don't keep in mind that these are supposed to be the most intense moments in a person's life. One good example, for example, thank you, Halconiis. That is how you got like the maximum qualification of Cambridge English. Okay, and that there was this Shakespearean fan, this Shakespearean actor, that tried to do the whole you man of stone, right? Wait, is it? Okay, sorry, I thought that there was an audio issue for one moment. No, okay, sorry. And some people said to him, "Oh, you didn't really do it with the kind of intensity that really befits the scene." But he responded in comments, "I didn't want my neighbors to call the police. I didn't want my neighbors to think I was being murdered or something." Because when spoilers for a 500-year-old play, but Lear sees that his daughter died, or he's picking up his daughter's corpse in that moment, and that is supposed to be the absolute agony for, not only in the sense that Loritia, I think is the name, died, but that again I am not familiar with the play, but it is supposed to feel that Lear thinks he is partially responsible for her death, or rather that the power games that he played ended up unexpectedly in the death of his daughter. So
Yeah, she. Oh,
go
say,
ahead.
say, is this Macbeth? Say, it cut out a small bit on my end.
No, King Lear.
King Lear. Say. Say, go on.
Oh, sorry. No, I thought you were going to mention something. Sorry. And so it is supposed to be a speech that, a soliloquy that is not only dripping with the absolute heartbreak of losing someone, but it also has to have a certain level of self-contempt and pain, anger, more like contempt and anger. Like, I did something so incredibly terrible that ended up hurting someone that I loved the most. Again, in the tradition of the tragedies. Well, I suppose that Shakespeare's tragedies are the most well known. For example, like Romeo and Juliet, etc. But he actually did like quite a lot of comedies, a lot of pretty funny comedies too.
I'm trying to remember. Is Murta even in Macbeth, which is a tragedy? There's like humorous moments. Well, what are meant to be funny moments. I think it's like oh, hi Pip.
Hello.
Back then it probably would have killed, where they'll have like the drunk porter come in and he's saying like certain things I think that are like topical about the day. But I think the Merchant of Venice. I did always like in the Merchant of Venice. I don't know if you're familiar with that one.
Only a little.
Where the way they get out of the contract at the end, spoilers by the way for this fucking 19th century poem, is by going, sure, you can take the pound of flesh, but don't you drop a single bit of blood, because you didn't say any blood. You only said flesh.
Oh,
It's like, well,
yeah.
fair enough. Well played.
He should have been a lawyer. He would have been a good. Yeah.
But yeah, I do like, say, did you have more to talk about on King Lear?
No. I was only going to mention. I remember one comedic line. I don't remember fully how it went, but like it is two characters arguing, and it went something like, "Billing, you had undone her mother," as in undone, as in killing her. And the other replies, "Billing, on the contrary, I had done thy mother."
Oh my god.
It's great.
That's good. I remember the funniest line in Macbeth,
Really.
for all of us was, there's a section where, I can't remember who it is. It's a child and his mother, but I can't remember what the characters were again. I think they might have been, were they family members to King Duncan, or were they like Macbeth's family? I can't remember exactly. But they're being assassinated. They're being killed
Oh.
by this guy, and they both have lines. And the child says something to the killer, and he goes, "What, you egg?" And then in like the character actions, it stabs him. So it's "What, you egg?" stabs him, and the fucking the room collapsed with laughter because it just reads so strangely. Obviously,
Yeah.
by calling him an egg, what he's saying is your child, egg as in child. But
Oh.
it's such as yeah.
Okay.
That's the point of it. But it's it just reads like an insult nowadays. Well, I guess it is meant to be insulting, but it's so good.
For me, it just sounded random because until you said, I did not imagine that the egg was meant to mean like a child.
Mm.
So, wag, you egg, and then he just gets killed. Feels like a
There's
bit
so
of
many
non
things. There's
random.
so many moments in Shakespeare when you're reading when someone
Yeah.
points out something, how something might connect to another thing,
Hmm.
or what it might actually be referencing. It's like, oh wow, that's impressive.
It is.
How
Yeah.
many connections there are in his story. But I
Hmm.
do what I do like about the brief candle soliloquy is it is the culmination of Macbeth's journey. It's sort of the journey of Anakin Skywalker when he becomes Lord Vader. No, it is though. It's his that soliloquy where he basically says that life is meaningless, that there's no meaning to it, that there's no joy to be had from it. It's empty.
Hmm.
Um, in comparison to his to how he is at the beginning of the book, where he's lauded as this great knight, this virtuous individual, brave and capable, and now he's taken the action to kill King Duncan, to go against his liege, to go against all of
Hmm.
the in at that time the religious belief of Christianity,
Oh.
and side with, take the advice of the witches
Hmm.
and slaughter his way to kingship, ruining his own personal morality, damning himself to hell,
Oh, wow.
even if he doesn't believe it. And because I think at this stage he's sort of almost like I can't remember. He might be played as a bit of an atheist in the book. I can't remember exactly.
But it really is quite a tragedy, isn't
But
it?
yeah, he it's his at his lowest point at the end of his path,
Yeah.
having destroyed his life trying to attain power and kingship by taking over the land. He's ruined his not has he's not just ruined the people he rules over, but he's ruined his own spiritual self. And
Yeah.
now
The.
his wife, Lady Macbeth, lies dead at his feet, having thrown herself from the building, as
Oh.
she fell victim to uh, sort of this guilt, this sort of almost mental illness size guilt, where she was starting to see blood on her hands. There's a
Oh.
great part where she's screaming out, out, damned spot, and there's it's blood stains on her hands that only she can
Yeah.
see, and
Yeah.
she's trying to wash them off. You see like even though she was the one who pushed Macbeth in the beginning to murder King Duncan, she
Yeah.
can't handle it in the end.
Yeah. That's fascinating because I always thought again I didn't read like my back too much. I always thought that the queen, the wife, got killed by not accident, but for example, like she got shot by an arrow or something, and that's why Macbeth lamented it so much that in the middle of this siege his companion was killed, that he lost
I
his companion,
I feel
but
like I can't remember. I'm pretty sure the one we read. Now, maybe there's alternatives, or maybe I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of implied that she killed herself. But hmm.
Yeah. That she in Minecraft that she fell from a mountain in Minecraft.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oops.
Yeah. No,
Oopsies.
it happens. It happens. I don't think the YouTube
I have
gods,
to.
please YouTube more, be merciful on us.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I forget the on YouTube you have to be even more restrictive.
In some ways, I
Um.
always heard that Twitch can be more, I don't know if restrictive, but it can be more unpredictable. But I
It
think,
can be. Yeah. Twitch can be unpredictable at times. The
but I
mod.
think, from what I understand, it seems to be more, for example, in the more suggestive sense. So if you're not the kind of
Hmm.
person that like does a lot of suggestive innuendo, or that, for example, like streams in a pop top on not a pop top, on a bikini or whatever, it's not going to be as much of a problem for you.
Hmm.
Uh,
Halconiis bikini when?
but I would probably need like 5,000 subscribers or something for that.
Yeah, I'll also need
Okay.
5,000 Twitch
Yeah.
subscribers for that.
Yeah. Subscribe to Ruadh. That way we can get the Ruadh Kini eventually.
No, not
You
the
know what?
Ruakini.
But you know one thing that I was thinking about for a while? Actually getting a bunny suit. Um, for the
Oh.
Yeah, but probably not exactly like the bunny suite as they are designing for the
Mm.
Playboy. But for example, something that would be more kind of like a cutesy bunny suite.
Hmm.
What will be something that a woman that I cannot believe I'm going to say something like this, but a woman that will find a model like this attractive, what will they actually like to see? Probably not a scantily clad version. At least I assume, or low key kind of
Well,
hope.
maybe,
But
maybe
yeah,
not. Some of
yeah,
my fans, I question myself.
yeah. Sometimes,
But yeah, it
sometimes
is
that is
fun
it.
coming up with like
Yeah,
what people like in an outfit and trying to
yeah,
design it for your character.
yeah.
But I
How
think
you can make it fit.
I might move on to the kind of soliloquy that I was looking at,
Yeah.
which
I
is
don't know.
another. Mhm.
No. I was just going to say I don't know if you want to also do live free candle or you want to do another soliloquy.
I was thinking I might do the next one, which is
Okay.
actually from earlier in the play, and it's the dagger soliloquy, which is actually the soliloquy where Macbeth decides to um, to go and kill Duncan. I think it kind of works because we're seeing the end point where he's a ruined
Yeah.
man by the end of it, and he hates everything. And now we're going to see him being tempted. We're actually
The
doing.
turning
Oh my
point. Yeah.
God, we're doing Star Wars. We started with the end, the tragedy, and now we're going into the beginning. We're returning to when Macbeth was a slave on Coruscant, or not in Coruscant, on Tatooine. Incredible. What the heck? Rua's found a boy wife in the middle of the forest.
Okay, we'll say
Hi,
that.
son. Son Albiona said that.
Great to see
He's
again. It's been such a time. So good to see you. Grazie mille per venire. Sorry, go ahead. Go
but
ahead.
yeah, I thought that would be a good one. So like this section is Macbeth has been kind of encouraged by Lady Macbeth to go kill Duncan in his
Yeah.
sleep in his chambers. They're currently in Macbeth's castle.
Yeah.
That's how he has this opportunity to do so. And he's sort of waiting for the bells to ring, which is when he's told to go do so.
Oh.
And it's this section where he begins to seemingly hallucinate a dagger in front of him, and this theme of guilt and conflict of morality versus ambition begins to really take place and really kind of settle in to the story, and kind of psychological trauma, I guess you could say.
When his downfall starts, huh?
Gosh, Rua, how many boy toys do you have? Halconiis is a very sweet guy. Be nice to him. What's this collab about? Are you talking about books? That's unexpectedly innovative of you. Yeah, we're doing like a discussion stream where we picked out a couple of like sections from things that we kind of like, and we're just kind of chatting through them. I you know what? I do not think we're gonna get through all that we chose. So we'll
Probably
see what
not.
we
Yeah.
can do, and we'll see what we can do. But we're gonna do. And I'm sorry, guys, that you're back in English school. You're back in English school listening to Shakespeare. But I think this stuff is cool. So be quiet.
I
But I will
suppose
now
that.
do. Mhm.
Yeah, no, no. I'll comment on it later. But first, you can do the dagger soliloquy.
Oh no! Because you
Uh,
might forget by the end of the soliloquy.
no, yeah, it's just funny to me because I suppose that for people that live that live in the UK, um, maybe it seems like something, the local thing, the thing that is just there, etc. But of course, I am not from Europe, so for me, it really does have the shine of like a eternal classical work, like something incredibly, incredibly valuable. I am sure that, of course, in the UK, they also know, for example, oh yeah, this is one of the greatest works of literature, but it probably feels much more, how to say it, much more like what we had at home, um, compared to other places. So it just what I
Hmm.
mean by
Well,
that is,
well,
for example,
Shakespeare's. Go and say.
no, sorry, like in my case, I would have been delighted to read about Shakespeare or something. In when my pilot was like in tiny painting school. But I can imagine for some people that are to when it is the local culture, it would probably seem a little boring or a little difficult
Hmm.
to access.
I think it's just. I
And
think it's
then,
the age as well that you typically learn, and a lot of time you're learning Shakespeare through a book, and you're having to memorize
oh,
quotes. And oh, you
uh,
lost your crown. Oh no, it's
almost.
back now. That's good. You should probably be in writing and reading. Maybe we should actually. Hang on. Let me quickly update that.
Yeah, my Twitch is in writing and reading.
I should probably do the same. I hate that it's called writing and reading. By the way, it should be reading and writing, not writing and reading.
Really? Yeah. Because it should start with the earlier letter in the alphabet.
It's. I don't even know if it's that. It's just reading and writing flows off the tongue so much better for me.
Hmm. Maybe a
But
little bit
anyway.
smaller. Yeah, around. I think it should be like the hair around the height of Ruadh's chin, more or less like that. Hmm.
Okay. So yeah. So this scene. And for those of you who don't know what a soliloquy is, by the way, just in case, a soliloquy is basically a play where the character turns towards the crowd, the
Hmm.
audience, and sort of you get a peer into their mind. It's not like in The Office when they look at the camera and smile. It's more like, it's the character's thoughts. Although in this instance, I could definitely imagine him saying this out loud, seeing the dagger before him, real in kind of his mental state. So he's sort of left alone. I often imagine on the bank, like the battlements of the castle, being told to wait for a bell to signify when he can go. This really is peak bed lurking content, true. When he will go and kill Duncan. Ends in character. Is this a dagger I see before me? The handle towards my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have not, I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? I see thee yet in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshalst me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I want to use. Mine eyes are made the fools o'er the other senses, or else, worth all the rest, I see thee still, and on thy blade, and dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now o'er the one half world Nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentineled wolf, whose howls his watch. Thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design, moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm saith Earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabout, and take the present horror from the time, which now suits with it. Whilst I threat he lives, words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. A bell rings. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell. And scene.
Amazing.
And
That's
this.
genuinely amazing. No, I really do wish to congratulate you because that was absolutely
thank you.
gorgeous. Like really, really good. Wait, I tip my hat to you, good sir. Here. I tip my hat to you, good sir.
He pulled out the top hat. He pulled out the top hat.
Wait. My lord? No, but seriously. So the first thing I was saying, we probably sound a little bit comical. But when you were reading the speech, I could really tell, yeah, this person really is a natural speaker of English, a first reader of English. What do I mean by that? That you were so comfortable with the natural vowels, with the natural sounds that correspond to the English language, that you were then very comfortable and very able to dance around with the pitch and enunciation. I also really like the kind of emotional weight that you gave to in this case to Macbeth, like all the little breathing, the doubt, the fear, like how he's constantly questioning himself and he's so scared about the destiny that he is about to take. I also don't know if you intended it to give this like little interpretation to the reading, but sometimes it felt a little like Macbeth was also questioning, is this really a good idea? Is this really something that I should do? I mean, I don't know, but I am not sure, and this is what I see. Like there is a sense of self questioning that Macbeth does, but
I think I probably wasn't consciously doing it, but there is an aspect where he doesn't sorry, at the beginning he's like, no, I shouldn't do this. It's not right. Then he's pushed by Lady Macbeth when she emasculates him. She goes after him for not having the courage, the ambition that a man should have. And this plays into kind of this aspect of Lady Macbeth. She's almost the really ambitious one of the two. And she's using Macbeth. She's using her womanly powers as only she can use because she doesn't have the power to lead armies, to be a king.
Yeah.
So she's using Macbeth to get this.
So there's a bit of
so there is an
no.
aspect of Macbeth being like, I'm having to be, do I want to do this? But in the end, he's the one who goes and does it, and he does become quite bloodlusty.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of like I guess it's a weird comparison to make, but I guess it's a little bit like the Coffin of Auntie Lily, where Andrew doesn't really initially want to butcher people or in Minecraft or divide people into Lego pieces, etc. But once Ashley either pushes him to do it or causes him to do it, where for example she gets herself into a situation where to save her Andrew has to mess that guy up. He after that gets a little too happy with the with letting the ketchup juice flow. Just there's a little bit too happy about it.
Yeah, no, that kind of feels similar then to Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. That's probably not what they're going for, but
Probably not.
maybe that could be a where they're taking some inspiration from.
It could be an
But
idea of
that's because
how.
that's what I feel like happens with those two as well.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, there might be an idea of how unintentionally someone draws up the worst biases of another person, and especially in the case of the person that they love. Because I don't know if you ever played Coffin of Andy and Lely. That's part of why I don't want to like risk saying
I
spoilers or
have
something.
not. No.
Okay, okay. So there is a part where Andrew is dividing people into into separate pieces, and depending on the decisions that you take up to that point, Ashley can react somewhat differently, and she is not always happy. Sometimes she actually wonders about the. He used to be such a docile puppy. What monster had I created? Um, and especially when she doesn't have a control over him, it's when you can see that she is like uh, being especially upset. But whenever, for example, Andrew is constantly acting like, I don't want to do this, please, Ashley. Like she really likes having control over him. Like that's probably what she wants the most. Like making him jealous or threatening his girlfriend or making him divide people. Well, in a way, they do divide people by the rational and the spirit, but unfortunately, not in an elevating way. That is what she likes the most. And maybe I am getting too much into the characters, but also a lot of
No, that's
people, for
okay.
example, like they hate Ashley quite a bit. Maybe it's because I hang around on Pinterest so much. So a lot of girls say, "Oh God, that Ashley is such a." I really wish I could be with Andrew. I could fix him. I bet I could fix him.
No, that's just that's just regular shippers that's the people who like the Andrew X Reader fanfics.
Pretty much. Though a lot of
It's kind of
people. A lot of people mention that in some ways Andrew is very Otome game coded, which I don't know a lot. I don't play a lot of Otome games, but I guess I could kind of see it. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh no, I was going to say it reminds me of like I often think the now shipping, in when it comes to shipping, you can ship anyone with anyone when it comes to like you know animated TV shows, but in Avatar: The Last Airbender, one of the most popular ships was Zutara, Zuko and Katara. And I
Wow.
often think an aspect of that was because a lot of people didn't like the Katara, because I think for a lot of you have certain characters that you kind of gravitate towards, not imprinting yourself on, but like they kind of take you kind of immerse yourself in that character in a way. I think Katara was that for a lot of people, and they didn't like the pairing of her and Aang, so they go, "No, I want to be with the bad boy turned to good Zuko."
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will explain why I love the ninjas a bit. It's, do you play Love and Dead Space?
I don't, but I have a
Okay.
lot of fans. I'm not fans,
Okay, well you know
viewers
of
who
it,
do.
yeah. Okay, imagine that you know Love and Dead Space. Recently they released a new love interest, a new guy.
I heard about this, and it didn't go well.
No, especially the Chinese fan base apparently really, really didn't like him. But the reason why I'm mentioning it is because I think I think that part of the initial like I'm not sure reaction outside of the Chinese fan base, because I think they had a specific reason not to like him, is because maybe it felt a little too corny that he was a werewolf. Like it's just a little too much like the thing is, as soon as you mention, I am sorry that I'm going to say this, but as soon as you mention imprinting, I thought of Twilight. So,
Your puppy boy has imprinted on you. Good luck.
sorry, I'm sorry. But one thing that is hot though, Jesus, I never thought I was going to say this in a call of that. Thank you, Halconiis. You're really holding the spirit of Michelangelo proud. One thing that is actually pretty beautiful is the way that when he apparently the idea is that when he smells and sees a scent of the player of Uteger who is playing, he does turn into a submissive little puppy. Like he does actually turn into a, oh yeah, I will do anything you say, etc., etc. There's even a battle command that says, like, you know how a lady will tell a dog, go after him, a creeper, go after him, etc., to tell the dog to attack, right? And there is indeed a phrase where, or a moment in battle where MC says, go after them, Balco. And we know, we already know, there's going to be a moment where she says, good boy, good. Wait, actually, where is
Oh,
my headpad thingy?
oh, he has a headpad too.
He had, good boy, Valka, good boy. We already know that. So at least the dynamic between him being a wild werewolf, etc., and also being like a submissive puppy to NC, it's, why am I saying this? It's,
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
it's a nice cat moe. It's a very nice cat moe. To be entirely honest, I was kind of like I didn't hate Valko or anything, but just the idea that he was a werewolf was already, Silas already feels like the typical vampire lord that is super mega cool. Oh, what do you
God,
want,
I know
kid?
nothing about these characters.
Yeah, sorry. The game
These are
was
just
in Italian.
names.
No,
Like I'm,
it's like,
I'm picturing Silas. I think wasn't Silas the name of Critical Role? But I do know. I think if like Haru was here, or at least some of the other people who do play lads, they'd be like agreeing with you, or rapidly disagreeing with you. Whichever,
that's it.
whichever is. Go.
Whichever, yeah, no. But like, sorry, I just laughed it a little bit. Um, Silas already felt kind of like the cool vampire that was calling everyone kitten, etc. But the thing that makes Silas kind of special is that he's partly that, but he also eventually turns out to be green flag after green. But green flag after green flag, like he's genuinely like a cool but very loving, a manly but still very loving and attentive character. But it's just the idea that he's so mega cool, that he has gray hair, that he has red eyes. He just really feels like the vampire, like kind of a vampire. Spoiler alert: he's a dragon. He's not a vampire, but he's
Oh,
still. Yeah, all of the love and this the lore of love and this space is actually really really good. Like even as a straight man, um, for me, is the lore is genuinely fascinating. Now, obviously, being straight, like some moments, for example, like
straight
hanging out on a
man
date.
plays lads. Okay, buddy.
No, it is true. No, the thing is that most of the things that I do as a channel, for me, they are directed to the female audience. I want there to be
Yeah, no, that
something like
makes
the,
sense. That makes
yeah,
sense.
something that they can have.
There's
Because
a lot of streamers, a lot of male streamers, I think, and yeah, we're getting very meta here. Go for like they want to be the bro tuber, and I've only seen the bro tuber work a couple of times. The one that works more is the pretty boy tuber, who goes for who
the
leans into the
hello
female
there.
gaze.
Yeah. Hello, are you lost, baby girl?
No, don't never do that again.
Yes, please. But what I imagine is anyone that's popping by on the stream is seeing the title. Oh yeah, reading as in classical text, and then they are like
Now we're
listening
getting
to the
spammed with
combo.
lads.
Yeah, we are not talking about lads suddenly. But the thing that is good about the plot of Love and Dead Space is that a lot of most of the characters are actually a lot deeper than they initially appear. For example, Raphael is actually secretly the prince from an ancient civilization, and Xavier is pretty obvious. Xavier from the start is actually a superhero, etc., etc. But yeah, no, the plot is like genuinely amazing. But look at from the outside, it sometimes can feel like a little bit of one of those corny romance novels because all of the characters are 6 foot tall alphas that had like a super amazing job. They are all super millionaires that can do anything they want, etc., etc. So when I saw that the new guy was a werewolf, I was a little. This is like Morning Glory milking farmland. This is too much.
Yeah, I had heard, I was told by some viewers that the reaction had not been good,
For the
and
go ahead, sorry.
for the new guy.
No, it wasn't. I think that the Chinese fans want to be kind of controlling too. At least that impression that I kind of have. They were probably kind of angry that the new guy Falco was probably meant more for the
I've apparently
international
been muted
audience.
a little bit. It's a good thing I haven't been talking too much.
No, sorry. Apparently you were muted
I was
or
muted for a little bit. Yeah, I think I've been muted for maybe like for like maybe a minute or two. It's probably okay.
okay.
I think I only
Okay,
said a
okay.
small bit because you were talking about lads.
Yeah. No, sorry. And
For
I'm
the
sorry
most part.
that I got so distracted. By the way, I don't know how we ended up
No,
talking
it's
about
fine.
that actually.
He
But
he
no,
just has to talk about the pretty men.
yeah. Of course, it's a compulsion. I just- but the Chinese
Um,
fans, I think they just kind of want to be a little. They want to be a little controlling, and especially for the Chinese female fans, they don't really have the kind of
oh,
I
there she is. I don't know if you have my chat up, Halconiis, but
yeah.
Haru is a big fan of
There she is.
lads.
Yes. I mean, wow,
Hi,
wow.
Haru.
Did someone say lads? I did. Hello.
Halconiis.
Did
I
the
love
CM fans? Oh, Jin, yeah, is
Chinese
Chinese name. Yeah.
fans of lads watching this. I do not endorse this opinion. Do not murder me in my sleep.
All the opinions of the commenters are solely their own. Yes.
Exactly.
But no, I did hear that a lot of people do complain about the Chinese fans. They really are mean. The thing is that also a lot of female fans, they don't tend to really say when they dislike something. They tend to, oh yeah, it's nice, and they just not watch the stream. The Chinese fans are not like that. The Chinese fans will very much tell you when they don't like something. They actually will really say like, huh, you foolish kid, I don't like this. Stop doing this, or I will not support you. They can actually be quite
And vocal groups can often
a very
throw a
vocal
lot of
group.
weight around.
Yes, they can. And especially because the Chinese fan base kind of knew how to be mean and they knew how to really push that weight around. Not gonna lie, it was actually kind of a turn on how assertive they were. But okay, thank you.
Yeah, Haru is like this. You just gotta go through it. You just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, just got to survive it, yeah. But but it can also be understand. Like I say, I can understand also why they got mad because they know that. Oh man, if they had more options than just us, the Chinese audience, then that means that we cannot control them as much as we would like. It was actually a little
If they
sad
expand their audience.
if they expand to more international. But it was actually a little bit sad when you saw a screen cap of a few posts from the official Open Space account on Chinese that get constantly apologizing. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry you guys didn't like. No, I promise we are going to give you a few rewards for this. No, please, I am sorry. I promise that we're going to give you like, I don't know, 10 free balls or something to make up for it. No, please stop saying that Balco is likes men. All of the love and space interests are straight. They are always going to be. Please stop saying that, that he isn't. Yeah, no, they even say that. They even say that the Balco was, you know, the Chinese fans were mean. Like they were really, really, really mean. Without getting into too much Vtuber commentary, etc. It's not exactly the first time that a Chinese audience was very assertive towards a few male Vtubers. And I guess that can be kind of a double-edged sword in that it is cool that the Chinese fans are very open with what they want and what they like, etc. But they can also be very a bit too mean already. They can be a bit much. Supposedly they are like very, 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 very parasocial. And it's not just, for example, that they say, I hate this guy and I don't like it. They were demanding info to take out the character. They were demanding info to delete Balco.
they should allow me to pilot, like they should make a VTuber model and I can be his VTuber model pilot and I'll just make fun of fans for them. That'll work. Because I make fun of you guys. I make fun of my viewers a lot. They
Supposedly,
deserve it, by the way,
Info.
Halconiis.
No, it's okay. No. Supposedly, Info loves drama, so they actually secretly, those are the rumors at least, they secretly enjoy fanning the flames of these kinds of drama incidents online, etc. Because they like
Dude,
watching the flames.
if I was like the developer of a what are they called again? Just those type of games where you have such a dedicated fan base. I too would kind of enjoy just like messing with them.
It'd be a little fun, but I will feel way too fun. I just constantly feel like this is going to sound like such a self-aggrandizing thing. Sorry, but I feel kind of responsible for the emotions of the people who come to. Let's say the people who come to watch me, etc. So that's why I constantly keep trying to like I don't want to say or do something that will make them feel bad, so to say, even if it will be something that's kind of inconsequential. I this is going to sound like such an arrogant story, so I apologize beforehand. But there was actually someone who had like a bit of a small mental health crisis in the chat, and it was a lurker, a great name, someone we never posted before. Now, when they started saying like really bizarre stuff and not in the good JoJo way, eventually got to the point where I had to delete one of their messages. And like a regular said, oh man, anyone else will have like just banned the person or their message. But I spent like 10, 12 minutes or something trying to talk to this person and trying to say that I understood their feelings, that their feelings were valid, and that they shouldn't feel ashamed for being a bit different. But because I had like 12 people watching, I just couldn't have that comment up in the channel, and that other people were coming here to have a good time, etc. But then again, I really care about them as a human, and that I was going to sit and pray for so that they will eventually feel healed from the emotional pain that was inflicting them. And maybe to a lot
I
of
think
people,
it's not a like I think that there's absolutely an aspect where you can care for your viewers and make sure that you know I would be of the view that if someone comes in here and they're kind of trauma dumping, which I think is I think that can happen.
yeah,
You simply, you said my approach would be, I'm so sorry that's happened to you. I hope things, improve. I hope I'm able to make your day better. And
yeah,
then if they continue going on about it, I will just very gently go, this is a kind of what's the term I use again? This is a relaxed place.
a comforting place, yeah.
Yeah, a comfortable place. I'd rather not stay on this topic. I hope you can relax here, is what I'd say. So,
I hope you can find the help you
but
need or something, yeah.
yeah. Something that like, because I think there is a danger of a VTuber going too much in that. I think it depends on who it is. If it's like some new person that joined and is just suddenly saying some stuff, it's like, what? Like I'm like confused and shocked. If it's
Yeah,
like
the
a
first
dedicated viewer, then
message,
I'd probably even be like, hey, relax. Maybe we can talk about it on the Discord or something. We can have
yeah,
like a little trauma section or something. I don't know.
yeah,
But
but not on the
I
stream,
don't think
not
it's
on
bad.
yeah.
I'd be hesitant to do something too in depth as kind of what you're suggesting.
Yeah.
Both from my own kind of state of mind, both from the viewers, like making sure that they're enjoying stuff. Um and also just, for parasocialism, you know?
Yeah, no, it is very true. One of the big reasons why I was able to quote unquote get away with doing that is because the chat was very, very small. It was something like, let's say, 5 viewers or something. But
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
imagine if it was, for example, if I had like 50 viewers or 70 viewers or something. No, that is a high fantasy. Me having more than 50 CCV, like that's something out of the Lord of the Rings. Like, if I handle things at in that way, then yes, being so empathetic and spending 10 minutes on someone's a story of personal pain, that will be almost like a beacon of like, come over here,
I think
come
it
on
could
trauma
just yeah.
dropping here, come
I think it could
here.
do that. I know of some VTubers who did go down that route and kind of encouraged people to do that, and I just don't like that. I
It
don't think
can
that there's
be,
anything
yeah,
wrong of like if someone is having a bad time,
yeah.
checking to see how they're doing, hoping that you're able to make their day a little bit better and kind of just give them a bit of a reprieve. But I have seen, I won't name people, I may have named them before in the past. But like a particular, even the design of the VTuber was meant to elicit, to suggest that that it's okay to do that type of stuff, and I just didn't
Yeah,
like it.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's an interesting topic on how you deal with that type of stuff. I feel like we've gone so far off stream topic.
yeah, a little bit, yeah. Initially, we were like going about some ancient texts, etc. But now we're like, it happens.
Discussing
I
the
guess
the
it
finer
happens.
points of stream interaction.
But
What will I? So I'm just checking something. 2 seconds.
yes, of course.
Okay, I'm back now. Go drown before you dry up, guys. I Speaking of drying up, for those of you who don't know, I was saying it to Halconiis. I was conscripted by my
Oh yeah,
by Papa Rua today to help with a big construction project in the back garden. And that involved me shoveling cement for like, don't dry up like a prune. I'll try not to. Shoveling cement for like the whole day. And my hands were so dry afterwards. It was the worst.
it's
Oh my God,
painful.
rip
Yeah,
your back. My back wasn't actually too bad from it, but
yeah.
it was a bit fatiguing. But why is there a caution? Pouring cement in the forest? No, don't pour cement in my river. Is that what the caution floor is for?
No, I'm actually trying to look for something that will be good for construction work. I think I found actually. I think I found it actually.
Oh,
I guess
oh,
I
that's a
will
cute
put it
kitty.
in your head because
Hang on.
here. Oh, helmet, excellent. Yeah, this thing.
You're making me a construction worker. Hang on,
Yeah,
because these are coming up for. So I'm just gonna move them. I'm actually gonna put this little kitty.
I
I'm gonna
actually don't know
put it.
where there is a. Oh yeah, I know that there is a hammer here. Yeah, no, Ruadh was hard at work. There we go.
Let me take the hat.
Wait, is it an
I'll
animated?
put the hat on. I'll put the hat on.
Thank you, thank you.
No, don't.
I didn't know it was animated. I thought it was just.
All of your. Sorry, I wasn't clicking the button so you could hear me. The issue is, is that I have control of your assets. So when you bring them on, they just stay there, and then I have to move them.
Oh, really? I thought that if I move the
Yeah.
assets, then they will appear in your end as
It would
well.
if I gave you control, but because I'm controlling your model,
Oh, right, yeah, yeah, because you're the
to be able
host.
to
Yeah.
set you up, I'm able to do. And I need to make myself a little bit bigger again.
Okay,
I
okay,
can't
okay,
be
okay.
I can't be the same size as you.
No, 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 no. Yeah, 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 yeah. Calcium, cat sign. I think I had.
I like
I,
this cat sign. It's cute.
it is really pretty, right? I am pretty sure it is the felt for
Bonk. Why is he getting bonked? He deserves it. He deserves
I
to get
deserve
bonked.
it. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure I did something to deserve it. I'm just gonna place
This looks
one
less like
cat
a
here.
construction hat and more like a beanie. A construction,
It's a
like a medical
construction beanie.
beanie.
Have you ever
Yeah.
worn a construction hat before, by the way? It really is pretty strange how it feels.
I have worn them a few times. I got to drive a load all before. It was kind of cool, which is
Really?
like a big forklift basically.
Oh,
I have the option of climbing up a crane because someone that I know is now a crane driver, and they offered it to
oh.
me. And I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to climb up a crane. I feel like I would get very scared and wouldn't be able to get down.
Especially climbing going up on or down the stairs, I imagine will be the most scary thing. Because like on the top of the crane, of course, you had the cabin to protect you. You're not gonna fall or anything. But I think when you get above at least 15 or 20 meters height, you start really feeling the wind, the influence of the wind, like kind of the whistle of the wind and just
That's what I'm
stuff.
worried about.
Yeah.
I feel like I just get freaked out. I just get freaked out by like the height. It depends on how tall it was. Is
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
Ua hard? Is Ua working hard or hard while working? Shit, I was hoping it would be the normal comment so I could make that joke, Harold. But I'm getting so old. Staying hard is hardly working, or whatever the
Working hard or hardly working?
yeah.
But honestly, it's actually kind of amazing that you were able to spend like 6 or 7 hours, pouring cement because that isn't easy.
Pouring what? Your accent there made that sound way different.
No,
We
cemento,
we love accents.
Portland cement. I want to clarify.
Cement.
Cement.
You have
Thank
to
you.
enunciate the T.
Thank you, UK man. Thank you. Yeah, pouring.
Oh, I don't know if you guys heard that, but I did.
Yeah.
I think I've. Oh no, he's back again. I thought I like caused you to destruct. Hang on,
Wait.
hang on. Sun has posted a story. Oh, sorry, go on.
Let's see my testing word. I meant. Oh no, I meant. I know. Hey, what's happening to my buttons? I meant cement. Cement. Please. Oh wait. But because it's on my OBS, so if I
Are
do.
you good?
Yeah, no, I am good. I have like filters, audio filters, that I had here on OBS. I
Oh,
have
so you're able
one.
to do.
Yeah, for example, I can do like a reverb voice or something like that. Did you see how applying an audio filter on OBS instantly applies it? Well, I have two channels of audio, of microphone audio, that are the same microphone, but the secondary one is almost always set to 0, except when I press this specific hotkey that makes it so that the main microphone input gradually declines and the secondary microphone input gradually inclines or gets louder.
Oh.
That way, I can have different sound effects in the secondary track. For example, reverb and or that radio voice like high pass filter and or wah coder, or for example, like this thing that makes your speech sounds like a robot. I don't remember the name, etc. And that way, they can gradually come into the voice instead of just suddenly. It's kind of little. It probably sounds kind of abstract, but it can be. It can make for a
It's hard to
good
visualize
effect.
or audioalize. I'll have to. It's hard to catch your stream, but maybe you can show me later because we don't hear it on our end.
Yeah, it's
On my
probably
end,
not
I don't hear it.
because it's not
It's only
directed on
through
Discord.
OBS.
There is theoretically
I
one
have a
manner where I
Yamaka now.
could do it on the so that it will show on the OBS sounds will direct to the Discord call, where I essentially have all of my sound outputs direct to the monitoring device, and then Discord call takes in that monitoring device. But it's not something that's worth like really picking up now. When you watch the bot, for example, or if you watch the bot of this stream, you should be able to see it on this part where, for example, now I am talking normally, and now I am and now I am control, and now I am gradually talking on the secondary, and the
Okay,
secondary
I'll have
now
to. Yeah,
disappears.
I'll try and
Back to
I'll
primary.
try and find it and listen to that section because that sounds neat. I want to see what that
Thank you.
does.
Thank
Wait,
you. Thank
what
you.
did Sun say? There was recently a story about a government building in which 1 to 7 floors were told to turn off their air conditioning to save the environment, while floor 8 and above, where the rich executives are,
Jesus.
were to keep on the air conditioning. I thought wouldn't it be really unfortunate if someone turned off their air conditioning for the whole building and then poured concrete over the interface? Also in
In
Minecraft.
Minecraft. In Minecraft.
Son is doing some corporate espionage, like real espionage.
Minecraft espionage.
But yeah, it's all in Minecraft though. All in
All in
Minecraft, guys.
Minecraft,
It's
yeah,
safe. They accept that defense over there in the UK, son. I'm sure.
yeah. Yeah,
Do you want to do one more? I don't think I can stay on for too long because I am feeling the fatigue from today.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
It's
gonna
totally
lie.
okay. No, no, no. It's totally
Um,
okay. I'm actually quite thankful that even after such a difficult day, you were up to do the collab. I really appreciate it. That is why Ruadh is a gigajet. Yeah.
did you see that child in the World Cup
No,
that
no, no.
made the Giga Chad face?
No. But I have to.
One of the best moments that has ever happened. It was in the lineup of one of the World Cup games, and
Uh-huh.
it was the children who line up with the opponent side.
Mm-hmm.
Like have you seen that before in soccer games where they'll go out and they'll be standing next to each other doing the national anthem or whatever, and then there'll be
A
younger
little
kids
bit.
standing in front of them.
A little bit,
It
yeah.
was it was panning across the kids, and they're all like I'd say what maybe 12 years of age. And it's just this girl, and like the moment you see her, she's like kind of smiling, like half smiling. And then she pulls like a Jim Carrey expression. Do you know who Jim Carrey is?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. She manipulates her face to be the Giga Chad
Sorry about
perfectly.
that.
And it's incredible. I would highly, maybe I can pull up her. Hang on. What do I even type in? I feel like this could get me placed on a watch list. World Cup child Giga face. Hang on.
Alexa, grazie mille per essere tornato a questa trasmissione. Grazie, grazie. Thank you so much for coming back to the stream, Alexa. Eventually somewhere from my Twitch chat. What's up? Nothing much, Sugar. What's up with you?
Dude. Hang on. You can chat to your chat. Oh, hello Hayden. Hello Hayden Hart. Thank you for the follow.
Okay. Now,
I found her.
yeah.
I will send this to you. You guys can look this up if you look. Oh my god, this face is incredible. I'll send this to you on Discord and I'll pull it up on my screen.
Okay.
That's probably the easiest way. She's like 12 or something, by the way, dude. It's one of the greatest faces of all.
It really looks like Jim Carrey.
Link in chat. No, I'm just gonna pull it up on my stream.
You're gonna be amazed.
Guys, look at. She did this like she was planning this from the beginning, but she hit this so well. That
Legend
face
immortalized.
manipulation. She's unironically, yeah, it's one of the greatest things that I've ever seen. It's so
It's
good.
art. It's art.
Generational Mog. It really is. Dude, you need to watch the video though, Halconiis. The video is even better.
I will because
Because you can see her questioning whether to do it or not.
she was going like, okay, do I do it or do I not? Do I do it or do I not? I'm so nervous. No, let's go for it. And then legend immortalized. It's
Legendary.
it's great. It really is great. Now, just one thing. Well, I was apparently did write something. Oh, yes, excellent. Like a few things. Now, Alexel did actually read. Thank you. Sorry for being a little awkward at this moment. Grazie mille per the immediate romantic one-liner. Now, I will just do a very short one because I am in a collab. So, I have a Shakespeare quote. I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Much ado about nothing, apparently add for the scene one. Okay. Sorry I cannot do one more detailed one, but I am in a collab. So. But thank you so much.
Oh, that was one of your redeems, was it? Your
Yes.
Okay.
romantic one-liner. Yeah, actually, for me, sometimes it
Mm.
is a bit embarrassing when I do some of this because I imagine when people see other people see, oh wow, what a cute say so kid. I wonder what I
And
wonder
then
what he
there's
is doing.
romantic in
And
the.
then yeah, don't tell the stars are fire that the sun that moves, truth to be a liar, but never thought I love. And they probably go like,
What the
this
hell?
guy
This
is a
isn't what I
little
expected at
strange.
all.
This is this
It's
is
just,
not
just a
at
teeny
all.
bit strange. But yeah, do you want to do one more?
Yeah. Lily, Milagros Dorado. Oli, hola. Grazie mille per venire a questa trasmissione. Grazie. Which one would you like? Would you like to try... I hear your suggestion first, and then I can say my suggestion. And then we see which one
I
we go
was
with.
thinking because I was looking at the poems and I was thinking maybe not. I was thinking maybe Alexander's speech because we mentioned him earlier.
I was going to mention the Alexander speech. Yeah, I was going to mention the Alexander speech too.
Same brainwave, same
Yeah.
brainwave.
With our brain power together, we can lead up 3 light bulbs. Not 1 or 2, but 3.
Three light bulb. Wow, we have a lot of power in our like 3 brains or like 2 brain cells.
Yeah.
Impressive.
It's impressive. I'm
Do you want
telling you.
me to give a quick little introduction as to what the speech is?
Yes. I will appreciate that. In the
So
meantime, I will
this
have
speech
to go to an
comes.
idol meeting, so I will be back in 2
Oh,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah.
No worries. So, for all of you, this speech comes from Arrian's account of Alexander's journey through basically his war on the Persians and a little bit on India. Um, and Arrian's account is kind of considered one of the most accurate. Halconiis' model is so cute. Um, this speech occurs near the kind of end of his campaigns where after decades no, I don't know if it's decades, he was only like 33 when he died. After a decade, let's say, of conquest, he's really kind of pushing the limits of his soldiers, and at Opus they mutiny against him. um his soldiers who have been with him since he left Macedonia over 10 years ago, and they just want to go home, they just want to return home. um there's a couple of other things going on where they're seeing Alexander become more Persian. Alexander's taking on Persian wives. He's taking on aspects of how Persians act. He's dressing as them. And some of the higher ups are starting to see Persians come into their ranks. They're starting to think that Alexander has basically betrayed them in some way, and that he's favoring them over his own people. And Alexander, he kind of sulks for a little bit. Alexander did that. He sulked a lot when he didn't get his way. But he delivers this speech where he basically tries to remind the Macedonians of what he's done, who he is, who his father was, where they used to be, and what they've all accomplished together to continue on moving. I guess it's a great example of Alexander as now. Of course, this depends on. I'm sure it kind of did happen, in an aspect, in a way, but he managed this mutiny kind of through like a rhetorical lens. Remember that one time Alexander got drunk and impaled his best bud with a spear? He did. That was one of Alexander's one of his faults, his drunkenness. He his love of the liquor was definitely a bit too much. But yeah, this is a really cool little section. Wild times. Listen, sometimes you get a little drink, sometimes you get a little bit too much drink, and you throw a spear at your best friend and kill him. Like, it happens. It happens.
I
Oh,
imagine also, yeah, hello, I'm back. I
I
imagine also that back then people just had a very different conception of violence and that. Because for
yeah.
them, violence was kind of like as common as, for example, for us to like write a mean message online or something like LMFAO, get that, loser, F, 0 out of 10, etc.
Alexander definitely would have been a guy who like he would become a competitive like league player, and he would be rage baiting in
Absolute
the chat.
raging. Yeah. But even aside from that, the idea that many of us have when let's say, I hope it doesn't happen, obviously, but like a loved one dies or something, that we wouldn't really see them again outside of maybe some generally formless idea of like an afterlife. But people like Alexander and many, especially of the Macedonian followers, his Macedonian companions, etc., they will have thought that if they died in a glorious
Very
battle,
true, son.
like for sure they will be in Mount Olympus or in the Elysian fields, etc. Like for them, there was absolutely no doubt about the fact that if they live and died a noble death, they will be somewhere glorious. So for them, it will be
And
not.
these guys and he's been on like he's been in wars for how much of his life. So
Yeah,
for them, violence is just an everyday part of life, and like
yeah.
maybe his best friend like said something that maybe he deserved getting a spear through at him. You never know.
From what
Maybe
I
he said
did,
Alexander should. Maybe he said like Alexander shouldn't drink too much, and he
yeah.
like I mean that spear chucking words.
Yeah, no, definitely. Or imagine, for example, if he made fun of his Oshi, or like if he insulted his love and date spaceman. Like that
Yeah.
is something to fight about. But you know,
He makes
oh,
fun of his love in space, his love in deep space, Oshi. You know what? That probably would
Raphael,
be killing worthy.
Raphael sucks. Yeah, he sucks.
Alexander would be a Twitch streamer, and specifically the kind of Twitch streamer that gets banned for accidentally killing someone on stream
Jesus,
and then has to move to kick. That does sound like Alexander.
you probably will.
He'd be a really popular one though.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
But what he
yeah,
had
I did
was
give kind of a
boldness.
rundown.
Yeah.
Oh, he suffered from baldness.
And that is certainly one of the things that I guess is the most admirable about Alexander is the fact that he is in some ways the exemplified the living example of the raw human will and raw human courage. If you hear about some of his stories, I'm not super mega familiar with him, but there were many times where he did something so incredibly bold that you will think, Jesus, how did this guy not die before? But because
Oh
he had the
yeah,
courage
like
and
there's
tactics,
multiple.
yeah.
He's like it's wild how he even lived. Like the fact that he got shot by he takes an arrow in one of his Indian campaigns,
Oh,
or his Indian campaign. He gets shot with an arrow and like nearly dies, and then drags his army through a desert that's never been crossed before, just because like another king tried to cross it and failed, and he was like, "No, I could do it." He
yeah.
was he was an insane man.
Yeah, he was. I imagine that he did have the conviction that he was literally descended from Zeus and that he was like
Oh, 100%.
genuinely a legend. That he was
To be fair,
born
if you
to
conquered
dominate.
like the known world,
Yeah,
you'd probably be like, "Yeah, I'm pretty cool too."
yeah. That's also the thing that not only was he told that he was a genuinely extraordinary person, but he was in the one environment where he could rise up to become an extraordinary person, and he did have the deeds to back them up. So
I do consider his father to be the greater statesman of him though. We read a really great book called Philip II of Macedon, who
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah,
Alexander's father, greater than Alexander, and it just details how like Alexander sort of gets handed. Now he does have to fight to retain it. He does have to fight a lot of the Greek states.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thebes for one gets fucking annihilated, but because of Alexander. But so he does go through a lot to retain it. But it is his father that builds up a fractured Macedonian state, rebuilds the military, revolutionizes the military by thinking, what if longer spear? And it works really well. What if you made the spear a pike and made it like twice as long?
Yeah.
Somehow that works. If you can stab them and they can't stab you, it's pretty good. But he does make a whole host of other things. He creates like the League of Corinth.
Oh,
Is it a League of Corinth? That's like the league that it's basically the Macedonian Empire that controls the Greek states. But his father does so much, and then he dies, and Alexander takes the reins. and the Persians get destroyed.
That was
And
that
there is
is
a there's sorry, go on.
no, that is actually one of the things that I was kind of wondering when I read a little bit of his story, because I never knew much about Alexander, only that he conquered most of the known world. But yeah, I did read that, for example, he declared a campaign of, I guess we could say, quote unquote, revenge against the Persian empires for the original Persian invasion when the Battle of Thermopylae, etc. And the historian himself mentioned that it's kind of like a bit flimsy of excuse to really say, to use that as a reason. And then you see like conquering literally all of Persia. And remember kind of thinking, well, this guy is a bit of a meanie. What did Persia ever do to him for him to conquer them
There's sort
like
of an
that?
aspect of
But
interest. There's an aspect that I do find interesting. I think the book raises it as well. Is that like his father is a much greater statesman as well. Like his ability to create deals and stuff. Alexander shows himself to be an incredible and charismatic leader and military commander,
not a diplomat, I
but
guess.
not really a diplomat. He does do diplomacy, obviously, but he never really runs his state. His empire falls apart on his death
Yeah,
after
yeah.
only a couple of years. But there's sort of a question of would his father, if he hadn't been killed, had conquered as much as he would have, as Alexander did, because maybe his father would have stopped at a certain point and said that's enough. He wouldn't have had that same fanatic drive in
Yeah.
himself as Alexander did. So it's interesting. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
think
probably.
I think we
No, no, sorry. I was just going to say he probably would have been far more cautious. Yes.
um but yeah, so do you want to would you like to read the speech, or
Um, which
we
is
could both
the
give it a
last
go? I don't think it's too
person?
long.
I think it's better if we both try it. I don't
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
who was the
sounds
last
good.
person to read a speech, so I think it is better if we
Um
both try. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I think that's fair.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's not too
Oh,
long either. It's like one, two, three, four. It's only a few paragraphs.
yeah, Alexander Opis Motini, right?
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
one thing that I was thinking, trying to implement?
I will
Sorry, it's just
actually
like,
send you the link.
thank you, thank you. I will appreciate that, actually, thank you. I'm sure you know the coin flip thingy of Fear and Hunger. It
Yeah.
appears head, tails, etc. I want to have that for my stream. I want to add that on my streams. So
Oh.
the way that I was kind of planning it will be to have like a hotkey that makes the first selection appear, and then through two different hotkeys, you either pick head or you pick tails, and it will appear on the menu with the corresponding sound, maybe. Now, the part that is a little bit difficult is to create some kind of random generator. In the game, by the way, it's always 50-50. Maybe sometimes it feels like the god of the coin has something against you, but supposedly it really is 50-50. Anyways, creating some kind of random generator or something that will randomize the result, and that way the bot choices will lead to the same randomized generator. It doesn't need to be a particular generator because you're not supposed to know which one is going to work. And so if you get a successful coin flip, then you win something, etc. But if you fail the coin flip, then you are supposed to say something really silly on screen, or you're supposed to like throw a
Oh, that's a good
grenade on
idea.
you, etc., etc.
I
Thank you,
like
thank
that.
you.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's something that can be like add a lot of unexpected or dynamic things to the stream.
Oh, it could definitely be done. I like one of my friends, Fua Hanakishi, is he's a coder. He's actually
Oh, yeah, that
very
does
good
help
at
a lot.
coding,
Yeah.
and he's able to do loads of stuff. And he's made like his own little card game where
Wow.
people can redeem cards, and it will show a graphic on stream of a card pack being ripped open. It's like all fan art and stuff that he's had done, and like
Nice.
keeps an information of like a collection bank of what cards you've gotten. It's wild to see the stuff
Wow.
that he can do.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
obviously, that's a skill. That's a well developed skill.
It takes quite a bit of skill and also like sometimes a bit of patience in that it can sometimes be involve a lot of debugging or saying, oh, okay, why is this not working? Why is this, etc., etc. And also Windows doesn't always help with how it doesn't get permissions to mute anything. It could be- okay, but my apologies. Okay, so Alexander's speech.
Yeah. So I think the actual speech begins at 7.9.1. But I think if I'm trying to see, maybe if you do the paragraph right before it, just to kind of give a feeling of like how Arian describes this, like set the scene, you know, like so
Yeah.
all the Greek soldiers are shouting at Alexander. They're demanding to be let all go home, which would be very bad for Alexander because they are his elite troops. So if you start at maybe 7.83.
Okay, okay. Do you wish to go first or?
I think you can go first.
Okay, okay. Excellent. Now, do let me know if my volume is okay in any moment, or for example, if I'm being too quiet or too loud. Because the way that I want to try and do the speech of
Oh,
Alexander,
you're gonna act it out.
yeah, I'm going to try to act it out. And that is going to be especially difficult for me because, I know I'm so soft-spoken. But of course, Alexander, he has no reason, descendant of Zeus has no reason to be soft-spoken. He fears nothing. So he should sound like a, well, for
Some
example, like,
fire.
yeah, like thunder and fire, like a really manly person. But I see that it is here Arian's narration, so that part I'm going to just try and read normally. You said 7.8.3, right? Hello?
Sorry? It's like, can you hear me now? I think
I
I might have
can hear
muted
you now,
myself
yeah.
by accident. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
What did you say there?
You said 7.8.3, right?
Yeah, I think that would be a good point to start.
Excellent.
Just to kind of like set the scene.
Okay,
And
okay.
then the speech
Sí.
begins 2 paragraphs.
Bienvenida, señor Milagritos. Ahora estamos leyendo unos textos de la antigüedad. Estamos leyendo un texto de Alejandro Magno. Esta es una colaboración con un conocido Ruadh Ua Cailte. Sorry, it's for a Spanish-speaking meeting.
That's not what it says. That's not what it says on the text at all.
yeah.
Arian didn't know Spanish.
Bro, probably, maybe. Well, no. Yeah, at that ancient time,
Wait,
they wouldn't have
I
had
assume
Spanish.
that's Spanish, or is that Portuguese? It's
Spanish,
isn't it?
Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eu no falo portugués. Debería aprender, but eu no falo portugués. But okay. So now we will start the text. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any chat here. No, I don't think that I did. Oh. Sorry. Okay. They could not keep quiet any longer, but all shouted to Alexander to discharge them from service and take his father on the expedition. By this insult they meant Ammon. Note, the Egyptian god, Alexander believed him to be his father. Oh, right, because I think that they were also angry at his adoption of Persian customs.
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the things that they were revolting about.
Speaking of, when you mentioned his friend, the general who got killed in the drunken duel, I think that the thing that the drunk guy insulted him about was actually his adoption of Persian customs. I think that's why he actually got like really angry. At least that's what I saw on a YouTube video. But YouTube videos are about as reliable as Herodotus.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
true.
No. Okay. When Alexander heard this, he was now rather more quick-tempered and Esther flattery. When Alexander heard this, he was now rather more quick-tempered and Esther flattery had made him become arrogant towards the Macedonians. He leaped from the platform with the leaders around him and ordered the arrest of the most conspicuous troublemakers, indicating to Hypaspes the men for arrest, 13 in all. He ordered them to be led off for execution. And when a terrified silence had fallen on the others, he ascended the platform again and spoke as follows. Okay, now I'm going to try. Sorry, I am a little bit nervous.
Do your best.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh no, I was saying just do. Oh, just do your best. You got this.
thank you. Okay. Despierta, Acero. Right. Macedonians, my speech will not be aimed at stopping your arch to return home. Am I not shouting too loud for the microphone? It's not distorting?
No, it seems fine on my end.
Okay.
I like that tone too.
As far as I am concerned, you may go where you like. But I want you to realize on departing what I had done for you and what you had done for me. Let me begin, as is right, with my father Philip. He found you wandering about without resources, many of you clothed in sheepskins and pasturing small flocks in the mountains, defending them with difficulty against the Illyrians, Tribalians, and neighboring Thracians. I insert this little thingy here. Okay, now I slowly. Okay. He gave you cloaks to wear instead of sheepskin, brought you down from the mountains to the plains, and made you a match in war for the neighboring barbarians, owing your safety to your own bravery and no longer to reliance on your mountain strongholds. He made you city dwellers and civilized you with good laws and customs. Those barbarians who used to harass you and plunder your property, he made you their leaders instead of their slaves and subjects. He annexed much of Thrace to Macedonia, seized the most favorable coastal towns, and opened up the country to commerce, and enabled you to exploit your mines undisturbed. He made you governors of the Thessalians, before when you used to die of fright, humbled the Phocians, and so opened a broad and easy path into Greece in place of a narrow and difficult one. The Athenians and Thebans, who were permanently poised to attack Macedonia, he so humbled, and I was now helping him in this task. Note, this refers to the Battle of Chaeronea in 338.
I'd say don't read the note. I'd say just go through it because it ruins the flow.
Okay, yeah, I kind of like
Like imagine Alexander's like, by the way, this I'm referring, of course, to the Battle of 1982.
Yes, it probably is a little. You're right.
Oh, sorry guys, I was muted. What I was saying to Halconiis was you should read through rather than reading the note. And I was saying, imagine Alexander being like, I'm of course referencing the specific battle of 392. Why were we using BC? I don't know, by the way. What does BC mean?
Who is this C guy? Who's that?
Who's Christ?
Yeah.
He's probably important.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, you're right. Better to read it directly. Okay. He's so humbled, and I was now helping him in this task, that instead of paying tribute to the Athenians and being under the sway of the Thebans, they now in turn had to seek their safety from us. He marched into the Peloponnese and settled matters there too. He was appointed commander-in-chief of all Greece for the campaign against the Persians, but preferred to assign the credit to all Macedonians rather than just to himself. Such were the achievements of my father on your behalf. As you can see for yourselves, they are great, and yet small in comparison to my own. I inherited from my father a few gold and silver cups, and less than 60 talents in the treasury. Philip had debts amounting to 500 talents, and I raised a loan of a further 800. I started from a country that could barely sustain you, and immediately opened up the Hellespont for you. Although the Persians then held the mastery of the sea. I defeated in a cavalry engagement the satraps of Darius, and annexed to your rule the whole of Ionia and Aeolis, but Phrygias and Lydia, and took Miletus by storm. All the rest came over to our side spontaneously, and I made them yours for you to enjoy. Just one moment. All the wealth of Egypt and Cyrene, which I won without a fight, are now yours. Coel, Syria, Palestine, and Mesopotamia are in your possession. Babylonia and Bactria and Elam belong to you. You own the wealth of Lydia, of the treasures of Persia, the riches of India, and the outer ocean. You are satraps. You are generals. You are captains. As for me, what do I had left from all these labors? Merely this purple cloak. Sorry, let's do this part again. You own the wealth of Lydia, the treasures of Persia, the riches of India, and the outer ocean. You are satraps. You are generals. You are captains. As for me, what do I had left from all these labors? Merely this purple cloak and diadem. When he had finished, Alexander... Sorry, you want to say something?
No. I was going like clap, 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 clap.
Oh, right. Well, I assume that the soldiers wouldn't have been quite clapping because supposedly they were actually kind of terrified in this part because of the whole tension. But maybe some of them will actually... When he had finished, Alexander quickly leaped down from the platform, retired to the loyal tent, and neglected his bodily needs. I know this is not what the text meant, but does it mean that he pissed himself? I'm not sure what neglected his bodily needs means.
Oh, no. It means that he stopped
Eating. Okay. Yeah, that is much better actually. Sorry, I don't know why.
You know, one last thing, pisses himself and leaves.
No, he pisses on the stage. He pisses on the people in front. That will be a display of dominance.
But no, he stops eating. He does this from time to time. As I said when I was giving like a little introduction, he gets emo. He kind of like he's a bit of a drama queen in many ways. If he doesn't get his way, he kind of complains. He's literally Sasuke. He pouts. He pouts like a child.
I suppose that someone who is led so much by his impulse, by his emotions, then like sometimes he can be like a little bit. I don't want to say whiny, obviously, or such a powerful person, but like drama queen. He can be a bit of a drama queen. Yeah. Now I don't know if I should read the following paragraphs or I stop at the part of Alexander.
I suppose we're more looking at the speech itself. I think what effectively happens is they all beg his forgiveness. They're all like, "No, Alexander, don't starve yourself, please." Ooh. And Alexander's like, "Oh, woe is me," and then they all make up after a bit.
Yeah.
I think we focus on the speech. I think there's a lot in here that's, I guess, a very interesting way to deal with a mutiny.
It certainly is pretty fascinating. Partially for me, it is kind of interesting that he sends off the ringleaders to die, when his intention was theoretically to forgive the army or to just let them go. So why didn't he just let those guys go too? But I suppose in a way he, recently I was watching the story of Genghis Khan. And we had the story that Genghis Khan was like very brutal leader who would like kill everyone he saw for no reason, etc., etc. And maybe that he sent people to another Minecraft planet for no reason, etc. And I am sure that also that happened a lot of times. But supposedly, when he really sent an entire kingdom into hyperspace. When he sent messengers to this kingdom, and in an arrogant response, the kingdom of Domasambia, let's say, decided to give a a very close shape on the neck to the main diplomat and send back, and also beat up the other two diplomats and send him back. And that is when Genghis Khan said, "Oh, okay, we need to make an example out of this so that no one ever thinks of doing this again." And that is when like he did the kind of brutality that his army became famous for. So it wasn't just for a sense of destruction or wanting to send other people to the Minecraft world, etc. It was always a very calculated kind of cruelty, and maybe that is
Yeah,
why, for
yeah.
example, Alexander here, he even if he was going to forgive the army, he couldn't forgive people that tried to start a mutiny on him, because that would be just encouraging more trauma dumping
Yeah.
or more.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I know. I think I remember the because I have a book all about the life of Genghis Khan. It's a really good book. Um, and it's a really difficult name. It's like Quorum Zam or something. They were like a sultan. I think that was the kingdom that did that. He sent, as you said, like diplomats, and they murdered them. And Genghis Khan was like, "What the fuck? Why would they do that?
Yeah, it's actually
I
pretty rude
hate
on
my
their part.
enemies, but I hate backstabbing snakes more." You know what? You should be like that, Dixie. That is like if someone betrays your trust, you can't deal with that. At least you know where your enemies stand. Traitors, you got to deal with them quick.
Yeah, yeah. Your back is
But
always
Genghis
more
Khan,
vulnerable.
I also think it's really interesting when the stories of I think was this the Genghis Khan? Was this the Huns? Where not the Huns? Sorry, the Mongolian Empire, where they had the flag system during a siege, where it was like
Yeah.
you know they would offer surrender to a sieged city, and then if they refused, then after a certain period they would raise like a black flag, and it was literally like you all die now, and they were going to storm the city. It didn't matter what happened; they could surrender at this stage. They would slaughter and loot and destroy the place. But other times, if they surrendered, many of them would be allowed to go. They'd probably take a pick of people, like particularly skilled individuals, and send them off to Mongolia to become tradesmen over there. It's a very, very interesting empire, the Mongolians were.
Supposedly, from what I read, they were also one of the first empires that had the problem of hyperinflation, because to fund their campaigns, they constantly borrowed debt or something like that against their own currency, or increase the taxes on
Oh,
different areas. Yeah, and eventually it kind of happened. Like, for example, that the paper money they had was worthless. It was, for example, like you could only buy one piece of meat for like I don't know,
hyperinflation.
1,000 Genghis dollars or something. Yeah,
Genghis dollars.
Genghis bucks. Yeah,
Genghis bucks. Hey guys, I'm doing an. You send me 5 Genghis bucks, and we. I'm just. I'm no. Now I'm picturing Genghis Khan like on his conquests, and
yeah.
he's with like his great general Subutai, but they're streaming. They're like. They're streaming their conquest. Like,
No,
guys, and Subutai's like, guys, if you send 10 Genghis bucks, we're going to invade China.
that will be
Oh,
quite the aerial
someone
stream.
just
Yeah.
redeemed 100 Genghis bucks. We're sending another invasion to Japan. Oh, there's meant to be a typhoon, but it's okay. Send another one. Yo, Hansu Wang coming in with the 20.
That's the one. Thank you so much for the 100 Genghis bucks. Oh no. Now we are going to siege ram to go through a siege ram. And they just go directly with the Age of Empires 2 siege ram thingy, right? The little karting, yeah. Excellent. Woohoo, we're just going ahead. They're just sending their siege right ahead. No water cover, nor anything. I mean, they did get like a super chat, a Genghis bucks super chat, so they had to risk it.
Holly market based Asian conquering. That's so funny, dude.
It is. It really is. Okay.
Okay, will I Will I do the speech? I think I
Yeah.
might end soon because I'm getting kind of tired. I do
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
apologize. But I'll do the speech now. Um, I do want to say, by the way, Halconius, I do like. I'm very impressed with you, like being willing to read because as someone who has, for you, like English as a second language, where the pronunciations can be very tricky,
Yeah,
the consonants or the sounds can be a little bit awkward.
yeah.
Like even if I could speak another language, I'd be very like kind of hesitant to do a speech, to like a well-known speech in it. I think not even, and you're doing a good job with it, by the way. But
Thank you.
like it would be a very intimidating thing if I'm trying to imagine doing it.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. The way that I normally try to see it, or that I generally try to see it, is that there is nothing impossible to him who will try. Apparently, it's like a quote that probably Alexander the Great said. The way that I try to see it is that I had to kind of like throw myself into trying something new, knowing that I'm gonna mess up like here and there and in many places, but that as long as I have the spirit or or the conviction, I guess you would say, to try and do it as something better, then that is something that drives me another step forward to, I don't know, visiting the tomb of Achilles that apparently Alexander the Great went when he found finally the tomb of Achilles, or to actually speak a proper English, etc. There was a long time where I used to rewatch my bots and actually listen to the way that I was speaking and annotating, okay, I had to do this part better, I didn't speak this correctly, this thing I had to do better, etc., etc. And I kind of try to do that also with English. It's especially poignant when you mentioned the matter of the consonants are so different, etc. Because while I was doing the speech, I was thinking my tongue is not in the right place, and my chin isn't moving how it's supposed to be moving in English, etc. There's that constant trying to learn, so to say. But thank you so very much. I really do. I
No,
really do
no worries at
appreciate
all.
it. And if I was able to thank you for something, is thank you also for
You're so
having
sweet.
the let, let's say the courage or the innovation to try something that it's not exactly, for example, like playing a game together. It's not exactly something that is commonly done, and I really think that you are really really cool for being open to such a new experience. So I
No,
really do wish to
I
thank
liked
you for
the
it.
idea. I like the idea, and I think like even no matter what collab one does, like we had the idea that we had like multiple things we were going to go through. We've only gotten through what, like four. um, so I think it just shows you that like any collab is going to go off the rails, and you're going to have chatting and stuff.
Yeah.
Doing it for the love of the game or book in this case. True.
Oh
I'm a
yeah.
Dutch guy watching in bed and following along with every word. You do English just fine. Oh, Dixie said that. Your
Thank
English
you.
is fine,
Grazie.
Halconiis.
Grazie,
Hit that,
grazie
hit that.
mille, signorina. Grazie. Thank you so much, miss. But there is one thing that I do want to say about Macbeth. Since you mentioned that he was very similar to Anakin. Wait, here. I hate sand. It's road and it's coarse and it gets everywhere.
I'm gonna say something. I don't think that line's that bad. I
In the
think that line's
contest, it's
actually
not too bad.
I think it's okay. I think it's okay.
The prequels were
It's very,
okay.
but
But
the prequels are a very memeable movie though, or movies.
there is that line, the first Anakin line, are you an angel? So, but
Okay,
first,
yeah, okay, maybe that's a little bit bad.
the dialogue in the first one and in the first and second movie, they really were like a bit painful. They were almost comically painful. But the Revenge of the Sith, like the third movie, that one is good. That one is at least good, even if it's only because of the sense of the impending tragedy that you get with Anakin.
Well, it just becomes an opera. Like the third movie
Pretty
just
much.
becomes an opera.
Yeah.
Ah, but you have heard of, but you have heard of it. That's very funny, son. Son said that is by far in quotes. That is by far the worst line I've ever heard in a movie. Ah, but you
But you
have
had
heard of
heard
it.
of it.
Two guys meeting will eventually devolve into just laughing at in-house jokes. A stop needs to be placed on it at some point so we can reset.
That's a good
And speaking
point.
of stops, I suppose will I do the speech?
Please do the honor, sir.
Let me. How would I approach this? Let me think. I'm gonna get into the frame of Alexander, believing, highly arrogant, believes himself to be a god among men. Wait a
Yeah.
minute, I can just do this as I normally am.
Okay.
Okay. Macedonians, my speech will not be aimed at stopping your urge to return home. As far as I am concerned, hello, raiders. Hello. God damn it, I was in the
Welcome,
middle of a
Raiders.
speech. Hello, Fua. Thank you for the raid. You guys interrupted my cool Alexander the Great speech. How dare you? Hello, Rory. Hello, Wolfie. Hello, Yuki. Hello, Trini. Hello, Fua. The Chinchilla Prince has granted you with his Fuamily. Hello, Zero Kamiyama. I don't remember this part of the ancient Macedonian Bronze
Benvenuti a
Age
tutti gli amici.
speech.
No, I
You
did
don't
see
you don't
some
remember
versions where, yeah.
Son, you don't remember when Alexander, in the middle of his speech to his mutineers, was like, "Yo, yo, yo, Athenian General 2260, thanks for the 10 Alexander bucks." Yo, sure, I'll throw in a reference to Athens in the speech. You got this. But hi,
Yeah.
guys. I'm
Shout out to
sorry.
Pericles fan 68.
Yo, can we get a mod? Can we get a mod to delete Phillips Executioner 224? He's spamming the chat saying he stabbed my dad. Can we get a mod to deal with that? Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But hi guys, what we're doing to quickly explain. Also, Fua, I hope you guys had a good stream. Sorry, it is a collab,
Yeah.
so I'll do a quick shout out. Oh, and by the way, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh, it should be pinned at the top. You guys can
Ah,
check out Halconiis, the guy next to me.
grazie mille.
You guys can see his. He has a Twitch as well, I will say. His YouTube channel where he does his own kind of streams where he does very relaxing. He's very soft spoken. He's a very sweet guy. While I shout out, quickly introduce yourself.
Grazie mille. Saluti a tutti i belli amici. Yo sono Halconiis de Buonarroti, el VTuber que quiere hacerlos a todos muy, muy felices. I am a mainly English-speaking VTuber, and sometimes I speak a little bit of Spanish, mostly known for my voice acting and my comfy streams. I generally like to play more comforting or cozy games, such as story games or games like, this farm simulator game, Stardew Valley. And one of my greatest aims is to help you see the beauty that lies within yourself.
Oh, see what I mean when I say that he's a very sweet guy? Don't you guys just want to support this little guy? Look at him. Look how cute he is.
Look at him. He wouldn't hurt
But
a
anyway.
fly.
Just don't tell them about that snail on your sleeve.
He's been eating my
There's
bananas.
a snail down there. He is eating some bananas. He Halconiis was telling me before stream that he also has a terrible snail story, and he also has a little snail on his model.
I need to draw a halo for this one. Or
You should draw a halo, cause yeah.
I felt so bad.
Would you like to tell the story, Halconiis, of the snail? This stream is not he's a little guy compared to you. Halconiis is a little shorty.
I am very tiny, yes.
This stream is not unfamiliar with the concept of snail death.
Oh no, they are used to tragedy. I don't want to take too much time from you because I imagine that it's pretty late in the evening for you. But I
you
can
just
tell
tell
simplified.
tell it real quick.
Yeah. Okay. So I was riding my bicycle. Vroom, 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 vroom. 7 miles per hour. Oh wow, dodging rocks, dodging potholes. Is this a yard that I see? Oh wait, I see a rock. Oh no, I better dodge it at the last moment with my handlebar. Only the front wheel of the bicycle moved, right? But wait, looking down a bit, I see in the flash of my eye, it's not a rock. It's a snail, and its head is in front of. Oh no! oh dear, I think one of the wheels got him in the head. And so he. Wait, how can I. It wouldn't show up on the other stream. I want to like have something that an effect that will make the whole head disappear. I want to have that for Fear and Hunger too. Like if you had control over the layers of your model, you can increase completely the transparency or the alpha or reduce the opacity of a body part, and that will make it seem like that body part disappears. So when one of the characters loses an arm or something, do you
You
see
could make your
my
own arm
sleeve?
disappear.
Yeah, yeah. The easiest way will be with using like you know how my character is painted like this, right? It has this kind of painting design, and you will have a different. You will engage into a different kind of paint color, but instead of this being different colors, you will just
It's
make this
transparent.
part completely transparent or invisible.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah. And that way, for example, you could have like you lose both arms, one leg,
Uh,
etc. What is
some
going on in the yeah.
someone is saying like, couldn't you have veered out of the way? What happened, Dixie, was Halconiis was
Impossible,
he
yeah.
was explaining to me earlier, is he thought it was a rock,
Yeah.
and he just kind of like you just went to quickly avoid it at the like oh I'll just move aside, and then it just went
Yeah.
split.
Yeah.
You
I
gotta
did
eat.
not even
Good night,
imagine
Rory.
that. A good night. I hope you had a wonderful night and that you sleep of wonderful things. You deserve to have a wonderful rest after everything that you went through today. Keep being your
Damn,
best
he
you.
just completely mogged my good night
No,
there.
sorry.
God damn, I just got absolutely night
No,
mogged.
sorry. I just instinct kick in. I just like sorry, scusa. But no, I was going way too fast, and especially it did not even occur to me that it could have been a snail because you don't see snails walking on the sidewalk normally, you know.
Hmm.
So, but I
Yeah,
felt
I'd be
so
very
bad.
surprised if I saw a snail walking.
No,
I'd be kind of
that's-
very scared if I saw a snail walking out, Codis. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, no, almost as bad as an ant guarding a gold, bit of gold, yeah. But imagine a
But yeah,
giant
I think
ant. That
I'll.
would be terrifying.
That would be terrifying. I remember there's like a movie about giant spiders, and there's like I saw a short from it,
Yeah.
and like it's a giant spider, and it still moves as fast as a regular spider, and I immediately closed that short, and I did not like it.
No.
But I will return
Yeah,
to
so,
the reading. So to explain, guys, very quickly what we were doing, we were kind of choosing some like speeches or like poems, or for example, we did some Shakespeare earlier, where we were just kind of talking about things that we like about it, and we were kind of performing them ourselves. And this is probably the last thing we're going to do because I'm getting a little bit tired and I need to rest. But we are doing Alexander the Great's speech at Opus, where his army mutinied against him. His Greek army mutinied against him, and he needed to convince them to stay with him. And he sort of has this kind of crash out. He kind of has a crash out um, about towards them, kind of telling them about all the great things that they've done together and that he's done for them. Um, this kind of solves the thing, but it's a very well known speech. Halconiis did it earlier, so I'm gonna do it now. Macedonian. Oh, sorry, hang on. No, he's a little bit angrier actually. Macedonians, my speech will not be aimed at stopping your urge to return home. As far as I'm concerned, you may go where you like. But I want you to realize on departing what I have done for you, and what you have done for me. Let me first, as is right, start with my father. He found you wandering about without resources, many of you clothed in sheepskins and pasturing small flocks in the mountains, defending them with difficulty against the Illyrians, the Tribalians, the neighboring Thracians. He gave you cloaks to wear instead of sheepskins, brought you down from the mountains to the plains, and made you march in war for the neighboring barbarians, owing your safety to your own bravery, and no longer to reliance on your mountain strongholds. He made you city dwellers and civilized you with good laws and customs. Those barbarians who used to harass you and plunder your property, he made you their leaders instead of their slaves and subjects. He annexed much of Thrace to Macedonia, seized the most favorable coastal towns, and opened up the country to commerce, and enabled you to exploit your minds undisturbed. He made you governors of the Thilesians, before whom you used to die of fright, humbled the Phoenicians, and so opened a broad and easy path into Greece in place of a narrow and difficult one. The Athenians and Thebans, who were permanently poised to attack Macedonia, he so humbled. And I am now helping in this task, that instead of you paying tribute to the Athenians and being under the sway of the Thebans, they now in turn had to seek their safety from us. He marched into the Peloponnese and settled matters there too. He was appointed commander-in-chief of all Greece for the campaign against the Persians, but preferred to assign the credit to all the Macedonians rather than just to himself. Such were the achievements of my father on your behalf. As you can see for yourselves, they are great, and yet small in comparison with my own. I inherited from my father a few gold and silver cups, and less than 60 talents in the treasury. Philip had debts amounting to 500 talents, and I raised a loan of a further 800. I started from a country that could barely sustain you, and immediately opened up the Hellespont to you, although the Persians then held mastery of the sea. I defeated, in cavalry engagement, the satraps of Darius, and annexed to your rule the whole of Ionia, and Aeolus, both of Phygrius and Lydia, and took Miletus by storm. All the rest came over to our side spontaneously, and I made them yours to comfort or to enjoy. All the wealth of Egypt and Cyrene, which I won without a fight, are now yours. Coel, Syria, Palestine, and Mesopotamia are your possession. Babylonia and Bactria and Elam belong to you. You own the wealth of Lydia, the treasures of Persia, the riches of India and the outer ocean. You are satraps, you are generals, you are captains. As for me, what do I have left from all these labors? Merely this purple cloak and a diadem. And scene. Hello, Dee. Hi, Dee. You caught me role-playing as Alexander the Great. Hi. I'm done.
Yeah, sorry, I do apologize. I was assisting someone.
That's okay, Halconiis.
Yeah. No, actually, I'm the one who should apologize. I should probably tell this person to be a bit more. Oh no, sorry. I was going to be a little bit. I was going to be a little bit.
No, it's okay.
Because
it's okay. It's okay.
I was just going to say to that person, please be more mindful of the problems that other people might have. Like, yeah, that's a bit too mean to the person. Yeah,
but you said it now.
Yeah, but I did say it. No, that is why I kind of relate to Andrew Graves sometimes, because like sometimes some people like can come with a certain problem, etc. And at the same time, you try to understand that it's not quite their fault. They are just going through something, but you also have to go and fix it. And then it can be a little... Now I understand why Andrew Biggs is smoking. Yeah.
That was a fun speech to read, actually.
It really was.
I can feel like the vitriol from Alexander in that.
The sheer, the fury
like he
and
is
indignation.
Angry at them for even daring to mutiny. And then afterwards he goes off, as we mentioned, he goes off and sulks and doesn't eat or drink for ages.
You dare question a god? Well,
pretty much, yeah. Alexander to a T.
Peace on them for dominance.
That is interesting what he mentions about where was it again? He mentions, like, he starts with his father. He references all the things that his father did, and his father was very right. He's right about his father, Philip. At the time that Philip took power, I believe his brother had just been killed by the,
May he rest in peace.
was it by the Illyrians, I believe, in war, and
yeah.
the Macedonian army was destroyed.
Oh,
Massive defeat, and the country was basically split in two. When he talks about the mountain strongholds,
yeah.
he's kind of exaggerating about how uncivilized Macedonia was, but there was really two distinct Macedonias. There was like the lower plains, and then there was like the mountains where a lot of like other Macedonian groups were involved, but they weren't a harmonious group, or they weren't like a combined nation.
Mountains do seem
So
to work for a natural defense.
oh yeah, they would. Like, it's a great defensive measure, but it's probably not great for you know, nation building as or city states like the Greeks were doing.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
But yeah, that was a fun read.
It was really, really nice. Um, Now, my apologies if I seem a little bit distracted under these few minutes. Apparently, the
That's
issue
okay.
is solved. Yeah, okay, it is.
Okay. Do you Halconiis, I was going to say I know I just did the reading, but like I'd be fine to raid out if you need to go do
Oh,
something, because I'm getting tired myself.
yeah. Yeah, you can do the right. On my end, I don't have oops, I don't have anywhere to raid into. I mean, I don't have an audience, so I leave it
Oh, that
to you to do the raid.
yeah, I'll raid
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I'm wrecked. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
no.
can feel my eyes drooping trying to stay up. But it sounds like you might be a little bit busy too with something.
Thankfully, it got solved, but I do have to like
Oh, okay,
edit
good,
a
good.
let's play video and edit a few
So
some lore stuff.
he's
Yeah,
he actually he makes videos, guys. He makes lore stuff.
more or less. Yeah,
He does
I
so much
try.
more than I do. I just
No,
hit go live.
no. Right, has got an
Sometimes I
inspiration.
commission art.
Nice.
I really need to up my game when it comes to like editing stuff and making shorts and videos.
I, I don't know why I'm suggesting this early, but like if you want, maybe I can teach you one day, at least the little things that I know.
Oh,
It could be
that
fun.
would be so
Maybe
good.
you could actually. Sorry, I just say this all of a sudden. But maybe you could, if you want, maybe join me in one of the streams that I do where I am like editing stuff.
Oh,
And generally, I
I
like
might try
doing
and
that.
catch
Yeah,
one of those, and I can just like ask for
yeah, yeah.
some pointers. Whoa, there's this guy Halconiis. I could raid into
Hello.
him.
Maybe.
I think I'm gonna raid into my good friend Regulus Ole, who is my DM
Oh.
for our D&D campaign.
Oh, amazing. Before I forget, actually, and maybe I should probably like ask this another moment, but I don't know if you will ever be interested in doing like a Fear and Hunger stream where we, Fear and Hunger 2 with the censor mode, where we do the different voices for each character. That one can be fun, but it depends on what the people are comfortable with because, well, Fear and Hunger
Yeah,
2
that's
content
quite
wise,
a
yeah. Go ahead, please.
that's a heavy type of game. I need to really consider
I
if
understand,
I'd
yeah.
want to stream that.
Yeah, because it is dark. It is pretty dark.
Yeah.
No.
I
I
need to.
totally get it.
I'll consider it. I'll need to. I probably need to like finish or at least read through the story of Fear and Hunger one properly.
If not, there is always the option of another RPG Maker game that is much more relaxed. Like for example, say Hat Station or another type of like because I think that we
I'd
both
be
like
down to
voice
do like
acting.
a
It will be probably fun
virtual
to do
novel.
something. Yeah. Something like a
Like
visual novel,
we did
something like
before.
voices.
I did something like that before for Amnesia Memories, like in a dating game.
It's
That
okay.
was really good, I will say. We did one route and it was really funny.
Some
But
automakings are really good. Yeah.
they're really yeah, it was very fun. But yeah,
Yeah.
I really like that type of stuff. I love like voice acting and getting into that type
Yeah.
of thing.
And you're really good at it
Um
too. Like really,
oh, thank
really
you.
good. Yeah, no, I was
I
stuck.
have a friend who's actually like a voice actor.
Oh,
Well, he's a streamer friend, Ace P Caswell. He's done like some professional work, but he has some like actually like proper voices that he's like developed. It's really cool to see.
it is. I
Um,
imagine.
but yeah, I will raid out to Regulus. Halconiis, thank you so much for kind of suggesting this idea. I thought it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun this stream.
And thank you so much for accepting the call, Aaron. Grazie mille. Grazie mille,
Mm-hmm.
Makara. Grazie.
Goravnila Mahagut. So I can pretend like I speak a language properly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let me start the raid. So guys, please be
Salve.
nice to Regu. Let me do the thingy.
A dopo. See you, amici. See you, see you. Bye bye.
And I just gotta copy my raid mess. And Garev Mila Mahagat and Slongafol, and I will see you guys next stream. And again, remember
Yeah.
to check out Halconiis. He's really cool, very sweet. And yeah, thank you guys again. Hope you had fun. Bye bye. Oh, there we go. Sounds good.